Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. First day of a brand new month, first day of the last quarter of the year. Stock futures back in positive territory once again as hopes for further stimulus coming out of the White House, kind of leading things back to the upside so far this morning. Late yesterday, the House of Representatives delayed the latest vote on a $2.2 trillion aid package proposed by the Democrats in an effort to maybe get some more talks going to make sure it does finally pass. So we'll keep an eye on that coming up throughout the morning. We also got the latest reading on jobless claims this morning, 837,000 additional in the U.S. last week versus an expectation of 850,000. It's a little better than expected there. Individually this morning, shares of retailer Bed Bath & Beyond to the upside, better than expected quarterly results from them. We also are watching direct listings from yesterday, both at ASAN and Planeteer, PLTR, moving around in the pre-market. We'll have a look at both of those. EV makers back on watch as well. NIO and Tesla set to open up about 2% each. It's October. It's Thursday, October 1st, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Nicely positive here, right across the board. 1+% gains in some cases. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up. Yeah, more positive numbers. Germany there basically flat at this point, but France leading the way. We'll shift over to North America and see how things are shaping up so far. The NASDAQ, yeah, back in charge here. 1.3% so far to the upside for tech stocks. TSX futures here in Toronto, 0.3%. You can see Bitcoin down there, 1.6%. We have crude oil lower this morning and gold back in positive territory. Good morning, guys. It is the final quarter of the year. It is October 1st. It is officially cold in Toronto.
Well, yeah, 11 degrees Celsius right now.
And colder than that this morning when I got off the subway this morning. It's absolutely it should be a fun month here. Market coming back to the upside so far today, seeing a lot of names looking rather strong, and even on somewhat bad news, I would say, for the banks. The banks were all up across the board, despite the fact that the dividend restrictions and buyback restrictions extended throughout the year by the Fed. So I guess there's a bit of a bullish sentiment here. It was certainly worth the wait. I think we all agree with that, waiting for PLTR. I know it opened up while we're doing our live taping at 1 o'clock, but tweet out some trades there. Very, very active. The afternoon was very interesting and volatile in that name, especially when it broke down back through that $10 opening price. So that should be on watch. It's done over 5 million shares here in the pre-market, so excited to trade it once again.
Yeah, Palantir was a big one yesterday for us. Thank God it opened up and we were able to take the long. I mean, that was about as easy. Hey, what's up, Hydration Nation? That's about as easy as it could get yesterday on that long. Opened up at 10, then all of a sudden 8.5, or no, it was 35 million shares showed up on the bid at 10 there. And it was just easy to play off that. And then once it broke, you just fell to the wayside there. But I also did mention to you guys before a little bit about Nikola, right? So you got to watch out for that stock. That's up another 10%. We should have dipped our toes in at 17 and 18, but it's nice to see a little bit of a rebound in that stock, Brendan.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting when it comes to some of those EV makers. We'll touch on a few of them coming up here this morning. Worth noting, guys, the September, first negative month for the overall market since all the way back in March. So we were talking about that 5% gain, or 5% decline, rather, that it needed to claw back at the end of the day yesterday. Obviously didn't do that. So first negative month, September was, since March for the overall market. Here is what is coming up a little bit later on this morning. Brand new educational video for you. Yeah, we're going to talk about trading blue chip stocks versus just typical momentum stocks that are maybe in the news or have some sort of catalyst versus those big companies with actual businesses. So good stuff in that video. That's going to come up a little bit later, around 11:45. Valeria will have that link for you in the chat. Speaking of Valeria, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brendan, and hello, traders. I wish you all a great day. Please subscribe to this channel, share the link with friends, and smash the like button. Let's get it started, Brendan.
Yes, let's indeed get it started, guys. We have lots to get through coming up a little bit later. We're going to do our monthly check-in with our great sponsor here, Day Trade the World. Join us at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to sit down for an hour and talk about trading floors, operating trading floors, answer some questions, typical or frequently asked questions, I should say, when it comes to people looking into starting a trading floor. So that's coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Let's have a look at the top 10 traders here from Day Trade the World yesterday. Nice numbers to end the month from the U.S. mostly here. 5 figures right down to, oh, look at Canada coming in at number 3, 5 figures there as well. You got to go all the way down to number 8 before we get into some European markets. 2,600 out of a bunch of European markets there. And Hong Kong making an appearance, guys, at number 10 on our top 10 list. For traders yesterday. Let's get into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning. Sign up for the watch list, guys, if you haven't. Between 9 a.m. Eastern and 9:30 every single day, we go through everything that is moving around in the pre-market. Let's start off with Palantir. We talked about it briefly there at the beginning. PLTR, successful debut. Yeah, it took a while to finally get open yesterday, but man, the volume, the liquidity that was available was pretty impressive, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Sean already said 35 million shares was on the bid at 10. That's where it opened up. I mean, you get like a 15% move right off the bat, and it even slammed right back down, retesting that $10 area for everyone to see that size, and then ran away from it. Now, the trade after that, and I didn't put this one on here, kind of to my regret. We were talking about this in the afternoon. We were sitting there when that 10 level finally broke. It just felt like it could have been a good short. I'd actually paid for locates and didn't do it. So some of those levels will probably come back into play. I'm looking at to any kind of an upside move, 1050. There was a big flush off that price going into that move at $10. So obviously you got eyeball 10, just given the psychological level that is. It opened at that price. The afternoon flush went through that price. So if it can't get through there, could be a bit of a bearish sentiment. From 10 even, I do expect there to be a little bit of resistance at 1050. The liquidity is so big on this stock that it just, safe is not the word to use here, but I mean, stop orders, we're getting slipped by 1 cent, and never any worse than that. So liquidity is fantastic. Should be a good day trading vehicle here.
Yeah, I love Palantir today. It has a big buy imbalance, 3.7 million shares. You can see right here on the bid. We've showed this pretty much every morning. I try to give you guys, I do give you guys an update on the balance. And yeah, looks like they're getting ready to buy this thing again, as well as Neo, Fitbit, GE. They're all here. But yeah, Neil just went over some levels, and they're kind of obvious. It came out at 10. Once it broke it, it smashed it all the way down to 9. So why not look at 10 again, and why not look around 950, which was the pre-market bottom? And then if it does make a run to the very bottom, I just wonder about that reference price of 725. I talked to Greg about that yesterday. Just wondering, like, kind of where they got that from, and you know, if it does kind of retest lower, do we bounce around 8-ish? Because I don't think 725 will happen, but whatever. This is the second day. We saw what Snowflake did. Asana is going to be out there today as well. So when you're with IPOs, it's about price discovery, and generally that takes 3 or 4 days. So right now we'll play the momentum, and then we'll figure out the best levels to trade off of. But right now it's momentum, it's reading the tape, and it's just going for it.
Yeah, just a volume event yesterday. It was pretty impressive. Worth mentioning that Asana ASAN did actually close stronger than Palantir yesterday, PLTR, but we'll watch both of those coming up again this morning. Bed Bath & Beyond, guys. Let's go to earnings land. We had a solid report from BBBY. Nice move here in the pre-market. They reported their first same-store sale increase since 2016. Blew out EPS. Revenue also better than expected. And they gave a positive full-year forecast, both on the sales and same-store sales and revenue side of the story. So BBBY to the upside here.
Yeah, beyond unbelievable of the spike that we're getting here in this name. It's up 24. It was 20. Now it's like 23, 24%. I mean, wowzers. 20. I have to go all the way back. You forget about this in December. Go all the way back to April of last year to get you like to $21 for a level above here. I came in thinking, hey, this feels a little bit overheated. How am I going to be rolling into a short? $20, obviously, sort of a psychological number there. That 21, in case it does happen. I'm also thinking about if it gets back towards those December highs, like that 1785 area on the southbound side of 18, then maybe that's going to be the play, guys. So if it does, maybe fail and then give you some sell action below that 18, that could be interesting. But above here, 20 psychological, and a real level from the chart, $21. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, so yeah, BBBY, look, no one is expecting them to beat anything out. And the problem here is going to be that with my research done, Bed Bath & Beyond is one of the largest shorted stocks in the market, especially it's a retail stock, and it's just a short squeeze. There's no way that quarter was worth 25%. Look at what's happening here on the daily chart. We're above now. You know, I got to minimize this. We are above now where we even back were in January. Unbelievable what a run this has been from March. $4 to 19, and here we go. Just cracked that. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Brendan. Give us the shortable interest on this stock because this thing's getting squeezed.
Yeah, big time. Here we go, guys. If you throw my screen up there, guys, real quick. There we go. Bed Bath & Beyond at the top here, you can see 57.58% on the short interest for Bed Bath & Beyond, guys.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about there. Getting blown out, the shorts having to cover today. Nobody expecting this company to do anything. They've been shorting it all the way up, and the pain is in there today. So I wrote down with a big one, underlined it and everything there. You know, when I underline something, that means pretty serious. Anyways, it was 1850, but we just blew through that and topped out at 1875. So now we're going to use 1875 as the top. We'll see if we can't build a position. I love 1780, but Bed Bath & Beyond on my radar, huge today.
All right, guys, let's go to NEO, back on watch here this morning. A couple of days, 2, 3, even 4 days in a row now to the upside here. We got to all-time highs on NEO yesterday. No additional catalyst here. It did come off a little bit in the afternoon, back towards that 21 area. But yeah, nice 2% gap to the upside here. We're kind of inside yesterday's range. That high from yesterday, we'll just double check real quick. Yeah, 2260 way up here was the high. So a little bit of room to get back up there, but NEO back on watch.
I'm going to jump to that one in a quick second, but ENLV, this is on our watch list as well. If you're following along, a little bit lower on the list here, this stock is rolling over just a little bit. Therapeutics company here, it's just that they had a recent positive study. So it's one of those gap up, sort of retracement type plays. It had gone already 100% to the upside. A heavy sell-off on volume through $12. And when it leveled off around 11, I just took an initial short here before we went on air. Took already a nice little profit. The biggest trade there was about 70 cents. Reloaded when it consolidated around 10. Those are the shares I have right now, which just tipped down to like 960. You know, don't really have any obvious levels to go off of here. You can throw out those dark pool prints, but sort of worth noting where this has come from. It did have previous support turned into resistance down to like $6.75, $7. So that wouldn't even be crazy if it got back down to there, and it was a $6 stock yesterday. So ENLV at the bottom of our watch list, but on the move already pre-market.
Yeah, what was you were talking about NEO, wasn't it, there, Brendan? Okay, so yeah, we'll go over to NEO here. Again, there is an imbalance on that, and let's just find it right now quickly for you. 500,000 shares. Oh, there's Ensana coming up big side again as well. So yeah, NEO yesterday, it's the same kind of thing. We absolutely crushed it, and you got to wait for it to kind of pull back, give a little bottom. Yesterday we used, and those of you that watched us yesterday trade this, we used 2180 as a bottom. We got long literally right here on this break early and rode this thing upside, and it was a beautiful trade all the way to 2259 before getting destroyed pretty much in the afternoon, all the way back down here to 20, let's call it 21 as a base here. It does go as far as 2080, and then we come in today and it bumps up just a little bit, and look what we're bumping up to, 2180 again. So I like 2180 if we can break through that. There's no doubt NEO is doing the right things. They're probably going to be one of the only, I mean, there's going to be a lot of survivors, but I kind of look at it like they're the first mover there in China. Tesla's now come in as well. So I like NEO through 2180 today, but again, you got to let this thing settle down. I don't like trading it in the first 1 or 2 minutes. So let's just let that just keep rolling forward in our mind. Let's not get into NEO until 2180, and let's make sure it doesn't happen for the first couple minutes.
All right, guys, first time in a couple of days, we're seeing Tesla actually stronger than its counterparts in the EV group. They came out this morning and said they're cutting the China-made Model 3 price by 8%. There was also that Electrek website yesterday came out suggesting that quarterly deliveries are going to blow everything out of the water as far as Tesla is concerned this quarter for Q3. 2.3% here for Tesla, guys. We're back to 440 again.
Yeah, big numbers to consider here. Estimates at like 140,000 deliveries. I think that puts them that increase based on if you the last quarter. If they do the same sort of increase again, they'll hit that 500,000 target that they wanted for end of year. Usually get it within a few days of the start of the quarter. So today, tomorrow, maybe Monday, something like that, or over the weekend, you might get those delivery numbers. And Tesla, we've talked about it being in a bit of a sideways run going into this. And this is what I meant the last few sessions. Obviously $10, $15 is big, but it's a $400 stock. Now we're actually making a bit of a move, and I'd like a shot to be able to pick up something 428 to 431, that previous resistance area where there's all that chop. I think in front of there is a good place to be buying. I think it might make a further run going into this. Everyone's expecting a blowout, and then, like we always say, maybe sell that news. If it gets to that 450, we'll have to make a judgment call whether we even want to step in front of it and short a psychological level. My gut right now is I don't really want to do that today.
Yeah, Tesla, look, Tesla's still bouncing around near all-time highs. All-time high is going to be around $500, so we're near 440 right now. Good little look. There was a quote there about Bed Bath & Beyond. If we have a little bit of extra time, maybe we'll hit up Bed Bath & Beyond. I think that's old school. I think it's pretty much it is going to be Will Ferrell, but I think it's old school. Whoever posted that, let me know. But Bed Bath & Beyond, yeah, it's on my mind today, so that's a good one. All right, Tesla right now coming back into 430. Obviously, that's going to be a great area. Yesterday, not much happening, and I think Neil just mentioned it there. We don't want to trade something that's really not moving the way that we like it to move. And I think right now for Tesla, there's just, we're going to wait for the quarter. We're coming on earnings season today, starting it off. Pepsi kicks it off. We're going to get to that in a minute. But yeah, right now, Tesla, yesterday high 432, low basically 426. Like, when's the last time you had Tesla in like a $7 range? I can't remember that. So we'll wait to see. That's why I don't want to play breakouts today. It might not break out. It might just go into those ranges. So we'll wait. If we can get a good price down here, 430, we'll take it. The NASDAQ's on fire, although we're coming down a little bit right now in the ES. NASDAQ still holding high at 1.26%.
All right, guys, let's go to Nikola Corporation. We talked about it mid-morning yesterday. We had that big spike to the upside on suggestions that GM may, in fact, take a larger stake in Nikola. There was a little bit of concerns regarding whether or not the deal will close. So they came out after 3 o'clock yesterday and said they're pushing back the deadline for this arranged deal to close. So it was actually September 30th, but both companies came out and said that was always just a target. They actually have until, I think it's December, beginning of December, to finalize this agreement. So nothing has changed from yesterday to today when it comes to this deal, other than they're going to give themselves until December to actually finalize this. No other real details have come out about this. But nice look here. Big move up for Nikola this morning.
Yeah, I was sitting in a short in the money, deep in the money when that actually broke to the upside. Thankfully, I was able to get out, not even losing anything on the trade. And that was one of those, just saw the volume spike and stepped away. That there is headline risk going into this, so you have to have that anticipation. That's why you guys follow along. That's why we give you the information that's on the watch list, so you know which things are going to be actionable. You can expect deliveries to come from like Tesla. You could expect updates to come from this Nikola GM deal. If we were to break through the high today, you can sort of go back to like the disaster day when it broke 29 to the downside, and it was like an $8 move. On that day, there was some consolidation right here, right around like 23.50. That's where the pre-market top is. If we break through that, it's just not a heck of a lot. So you get to 25, and you get back up to that 28, 29 level. So in the event of a squeeze, there might not be a ton of resistance the next few dollars up. So I think there could be some long breakouts here. However, we're not anticipating anything else to change. I would not be shocked if there isn't any crazy action in Nikola. I'm not going to be touching it to the short side unless we get a break up that stalls at 25 or 28, or I can get something below that $20 price, meaning that the buying has come out of it.
28 would be sweet. We were talking about it the other day, or the whole time here, that if you did want to pick some nickel up, it was probably good down here at 8.17, 18, then using the ultimate bottom there as some outs, which is like $16. I don't think we'll ever test that again until we hear that this company is maybe kaputs. So we'll wait to see here. I do like this little breakdown side right now, 22.30. It's going to happen before the market opens, so we're going to see what does happen. If it comes up to this level yesterday where we sort of stopped out at 21.50 to me would be where we start shorting this one. So I'm going to look at Nikola at 21.50 to go short side, but it needs to fade obviously through 22 first. 21.50 to me is a great spot, and then just take 23 long. I mean, either way, we played breakouts yesterday. It was a big mover. We had this break yesterday right here, 19.20 or so was this break. We took it long right through here, ripped it upside, and it was a fantastic trade from there on out. So yeah, Nikola, there's going to be news coming out through this one. I still believe in it. I just think that it was mismanaged a little bit. I'm long in the 30s. I have not averaged in at all. So we're just going to wait on this one. But it's a very, very small position for myself personally. I should have got more at 17 or 18 and then used 15 as the bottom. But there's better places to get your money in. Let's just trade Nikola for now. But it's got to go 21.50 or 23, Brendan.
All right, guys, we're getting on in time here. Let's quickly go over Pepsi. Want to make sure we get down to DraftKings. That one's moving this morning as well. But Pepsi, yeah, decent report from them. EPS revenue both beats. They also increased their full year forecast, increased their dividend as well. So positive right across the board for Pepsi here, guys. They saw all divisions outside of Latin America post significant quarterly gains. So Pepsi moving here.
Yeah, look, Pepsi, robust company. They've got a huge product line. That's why they can be stable. That's why they can take advantage of this crisis. Whereas you might have, strictly beverage companies struggling when you have, sports and restaurants, all that kind of stuff being under pressure. It's not a crazy day trade in Pepsi. You can see the stability in the name. I don't expect a ton of volatility. If there's a chance to defend 137 on any kind of a pullback, fair enough. I'll be all over an opportunity to do that. 139 as well. I would like 37's better, but if I get a shot at it, fine. 170,000 in the pre-market doesn't do a lot of volume, so I can't promise we'll be actively trading it, but if you get a good price, could be worth a dip buy.
I just want to bring this up, and I'm going to tweet this out right now because it was such a great thing to say for multiple reasons here. And I'll go over the first one, the most important one. We're positively changing lives. We really hope that's true with our education and transparency. I mean, every single trade that we take on here are going to be real trades. We put them on. I like to tell you when we're doing some big trades, and then we're going to go bullseye with your team choice here. Go Green Bay. Green Bay, the last 19 games, 16-3. So there we go. Green Bay Packers. I'm going to tweet this out. Thank you so much, Simeone. Means a lot to us here. And also the $10. Thank you so much for that as well. But yeah, we hope to be changing people's lives just with education. Trading is such a thing of passion, and I think we have it here. And if we can educate you guys without selling you anything, I mean, that's the big thing. We're here for you. It's free. Our watch list, pick that up, right, Valeria? Watchlist.tradertv.live. Valeria will send out the link. Thank you so much to everybody. Simeone there, I hope we pronounced your name right, but I'm going to tweet that out if that's okay, and just let everybody know that we do appreciate everything that you're doing for us as well, our viewers. And look, we can't have a family if we don't have members, Brendan.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. We love doing the show every single day and providing value for you. So yeah, we very much appreciate it. If you haven't already, here we go. Yeah, there's the watch list, guys. TraderTV.live morning movers. This gets delivered right to your inbox every single morning, every single stock, and why, more importantly, they are moving around in the pre-market. And you get a nice little educational video if you need something to have a look at in the pre-market. So sign up for that if you haven't done that already. Let's get down to DraftKings, guys. The next one on the list here. Yeah, it was the Eagles, right? Yeah, Philadelphia Eagles. So they teamed up to be their official sports betting site. There's also a naming arrangement or a naming agreement for the stadium involved in this. So DraftKings to the upside here. Worth mentioning, guys, Penn National with an upgrade today. So both of these moving.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Penn downgraded yesterday.
Yeah, having some hot dogs there. DraftKings, I mean, just a monster. We traded this yesterday, and we did really, really well, and we'll look to do it again today here. I mean, DraftKings, wow. This is a name I talked about being long Nikola in the 30s, also long DraftKings in the 30s. So this is a big name. I mean, look at the run this has had. It's just been unbelievable. It makes a base down here. Once it breaks out, it is off to the races. Just tons of great news on this name. And we always talk about first mover advantage. We can talk about Tesla. There's so many companies that have it, but beyond meat. The other one here is DraftKings. DraftKings and Penn. Neil was talking about Penn a little bit there. But yeah, DraftKings making moves here. Now the Eagles, they have the Giants. These are two, or the Jets, one of those at the Meadowlands. They have huge contracts now. Philly, East Coast, big time sports gambling. DraftKings to the moon here. Wait till COVID and everything, and the games get played again, and there's actually people back in stands betting as the game's going on. I think this is absolutely fantastic for DraftKings, and we'll look for it to take out the top all of the time here. DraftKings just keep taking it out, average in all the way down to 61.50 here. It does move. Like, even though yesterday had some good news, if you took it right off the open, you would have lost. So you got to give it some room, all of these stocks. But hey, if the market goes, so does DraftKings. Let's go.
Yeah, and just looking at Penn here, of course, yesterday downgrade went up anyways, was a great reversal long, but it didn't quite get through this high here, 75.50, then going back into the 17th of last month, 76, 60 and change. So those are two levels that can still get broken. If they do not get taken out, there could be a bit of a rollover. I'd probably play Penn to the short side if I was going to pick one, and DraftKings probably stick to the longs.
Okay, guys, let's get to the market here. We'll bring in Arun and have a look at the overall futures market, see what we need to be aware of. We're kind of rolling over here a little bit, Arun. They tested that high from yesterday, but a little bit of negativity coming back in.
Yeah. At 9:05 this morning, I'm not sure exactly what came out. Something happened in the market at 9:05, exactly at 9:05, where it kind of opened the range up just in that 1 minute. It was like maybe like a 10-point range for a quick second there. Something came out, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter for me. Anyways, I'm short just underneath 80 here with 90 as a stop. The fact that they tried to take out the top from yesterday and kind of failed, for me, it was a fail. It didn't really sustain enough buying past there to consider it a break. So it's a fail. I'm short. It's a few points in the money. But the thing is, though, between 60 and 70, so 70 going down to 60, there's a lot of action there. So off the open, I'm a little concerned of what's going to happen in that area. I might be quick to get out of that if we can breach 70 and so show a little bit of buy interest. At the same time, my level for more shorts is down at 50. So there's a lot happening between 70 and 60 that's going to determine whether this short goes on or it's a complete flip. So I've got 90 on the top end, 50 on the bottom, and the area of concern is between 60 and 70. So there's a lot to watch in a tight range here. So just keep an eye out. Of course, the 90 break is the easier one because that's a double top. But just keep it on this 50 as well. Keep an eye on this 70 going down to 60. And for the time being, I am short at the moment.
Great stuff. Thank you, Arun. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. First day of the month, first day of the quarter. We'll see how the reaction comes in. A bunch of little ones to look at this morning. This is one of them, Solid Biosciences. Yeah, we are pushing highs right now, 146% to the upside. FDA let them continue. So there's a clinical hold on one of their trials that was currently underway. They lifted that clinical hold. So they're back in operation as far as that one's concerned. So big move here. Tried this one already. There's a little level around 480 up to 5. So we're kind of consolidating here around this 485 area, but this thing has a lot of room if it really wants to start going to the upside. So just be careful on SLDB, guys.
Its volume is through the roof too, guys. It's done like almost 25 million shares. It's really it's even just still picking it up. You had some ramps up as it goes to the upside. I'm for now staying away from it. I think I threw in the chat like 740 when I was looking at this one, maybe around $7 before you get a significant level. I did reload into ENLV here. We did mention this one, of course. Both of these are on our watch list, big cap, small cap, whatever it might be. I've basically been shorting pops and consolidations. There was just another one at 1050 I was able to get some shares into here. Average price on this short's like 1020, not enough at the top, but I'm looking to see if I can get some more shares out. 950 seems like it's a bit of a support bottom if that's the case, but can't let it break this 11 even. I think if it's above that price, I'll stay away from it until after the open, guys. So ENLV, SLDB, I don't know what to do with it until it either comes back down through 5 or breaks up to $7, guys.
Okay, Carnival Cruise Lines canceling cruises here for U.S. ports, Miami. Yeah, it's a whole industry. So, okay, so CCL making a move down here. I just saw a break. That's why I brought that to you guys. 1550 here, yeah. So there's some talk here today about cruise lines and how that's going to go through. So watch out for 1510 on the downside. Our friend Palantir, though, is making moves downside again. This is a 1 minute chart. We have 960 here as the bottom. We're looking at 950 on the face. There's going to be size sitting at 950, so you can watch out for that. But the imbalance is whittling away here, 1.9 million. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just getting paired off. So 4 million shares. There's still a 2 million share buy imbalance. So let's let Palantir open up and see what it's doing. Other than that, I don't really have too much written down. I mean, we do want to look at CCL, so we just talked about that. And then Bed Bath and BBBY. Bed Bath & Beyond here over on the NASDAQ. We'll have a quick look at that. That's come back down through that 1850. Like we said, it's still right here. Opened it up a little bit with 30 seconds to go on the morning. So getting ready to open. Yep.
I know we talked about PLTR here, Plantier, but ASA and Asana as well did make a double bottom yesterday, of course, opening at 27, and then you got 26.80 was the low. It's right back down. After gapping up to the highs, it's right back down here. So it might test its low at 27. That'll be a key price if it can defend it. So we're watching that as well. Volume not nearly as good, 400,000 shares compared to almost 8 million PLTR.
There you go.
But here's that countdown, 5, 4, and hopefully it's a green day because Valeria is dressed appropriately. If it is, let's get this market open, guys. Wasn't on the watch screen before, but ASAN definitely firmly on the radar here if it's going to be testing that 27 right away.
Okay, so Bed Bath & Beyond does open up to a little fanfare. Coming back downside here, so we are ready for the squeeze, but we got to find out how far this is going to go to the downside right now. Breaking back down through 18, not a good sign if you're going to be squeezed short, so we're going to try to find this area. I still like that 55 or 1850 there level for a squeeze, BBBY on some more charts. But look how bouncy it is right now, man. We just went down to 18 and change. Now we're starting to head back upside. We'll take a long through 1850 using like 1815 as an out, guys.
Oh, shoot. You've got to be kidding me, Penn. Unbelievable, Penn. It's just absolute crazy action here. It just went down like 2 full bucks. I thought there was going to be a fade trade for us here off of the open. Unfortunately, that just doesn't seem to be the case, guys. I told you guys what the plan of action was going to be on Penn Gaming. It was going to be looking at this top, 750, 750, 76, 70. I really thought we'd test it to the open. You'd be able to short off of it. Unfortunately, that was just not the case. It literally drops $1 right off of the open. I'll try it on the way back up. If it wants to give me a re-entry price, I'll see if I can get a little something around 74.50. But that spread even opened wide up at like 40, 50 cents. The bid literally evaporated on Penn just a couple of seconds ago off that open. So I guess the buying is all done for now on this one. Like I said, maybe short this and stick to the longs on DraftKings.
Okay, we're going to see what happens here to the downside of our friend CCL. It is at 10 there. We're short 7, but we should have been short 10. That was the break spot there. Even 12 may be a good spot to be short. So we're only going to give it back to 25s. Not going to be a huge one. Bed Bath & Beyond does take out 50 there a little bit and tries to go. So now we're going to hold this one for a little bit. We are long at 50, watching this thing go hopefully to the moon. Long at 50 right now. Bed Bath & Beyond just goes up to 60. Wow, this one is a mover, guys. Up, down, and around. Bed Bath & Beyond. Watch out. You'll get your orders out.
Yeah, and just want to get over to Plantier here, guys. It is still moving, but it is testing up towards 10. I'm going to take one shot in front of it. Then there's a breakout at 10 even if it does happen. Brennan, what do you got?
Interlisted name here, guys, but STM Semiconductors, huge move here, 7.8%. Just took a 33 in New York, obviously traded over in Europe. They had preliminary Q3 results this morning that were better than expected, guys.
And the money comes in already. We gave you guys this call, man. Bed Bath & Beyond, a big win here. Big win off of 1852 up to 80s, guys. Just cashing this out as we go. Big win here on Bed Bath & Beyond. Good trade. CCL. Bang, we're 2 for 2. Are we doing this again? We just did this yesterday. Couldn't believe it. Now we go 2 for 2 again on big wins here, guys. CCL, down to 15. We just took some out right there as well. So short CCL, 1510. We're short at 1507. The call was 1510. And here we go. Bed Bath & Beyond. What a great trade this has been right now. We're out of now. We hold the last 20% on Bed Bath & Beyond. Boom! The bangers are here early, guys. Big wins here. Let's go. We told you about this one being short squeezed, and look what's happening. Short squeeze alert up to 1920. This is how we do it, Neil.
Yeah, watch out for PLTR. Already got into that short. It's a second leg for me in ENLV. I'll go short in front of 11. If 11 breaks, I'm going to be all out of that. SLDB, on the other hand, is testing back below that 5. I said I'm not touching it until it squeezes to like $7 or gets below $5. It's back below 5 now, so can start thinking about a shorts. But PLTR, we talked about that $10 psychological level. I will reverse long if it breaks. That's always been the plan. But going to try the short in front of it. If it slid back down to that 950, it wouldn't surprise me one bit at all.
Yeah, I have the PLTR ready to go there on a 960 break. So let's wait to see if that does happen. Obviously, a $10 break is obviously great on PLTR as well. Out right now, most of our CCL there, so good trade happening on that one. Nice outs again, 18.99 here on BBBY. So the squeeze may, I don't know if it's done or not, but that was a beautiful move. It did bounce around off the open. We said give it a little bit of time. We do that and then bang that to the upside. So great trade there. Hopefully we can continue the momentum to the upside. And yeah, I still am wanting to watch Palantir. I know Neil's on that one as well. Roku, though, looks like it's getting close, or it's getting close, yeah, very close, to making 52-week highs. Actually, the high is above 200, so we're getting very, very close to that. Roku up 4%. We'll see if there's any news, or that's just momentum. Look at the futures, man. The futures are popping here like crazy.
Yeah, and popping like crazy was, of course, NEO off the open here. It also made a move, just like 50-cent move to the upside, but off of that 22 level. It is sort of sideways right now. If it fails to hold this break, I'm now going to think about shorts. I wanted to see an opening range. The fail of break at 22. If it takes out the bottom, I'm now going to be involved. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
A couple of things, guys. We were talking about a couple of headlines on the cruise operators. Some of the airlines, huge volume at the open this morning. Adobe here just popped up as well. 1.9%, just broke $500 for Adobe. There was a positive note on Snapchat this morning, so some of the kind of social media stocks are moving, guys.
Okay, here goes Palantir, guys. I know Neil's sure you're going to reverse long here, Neil. Is that the plan?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, me too. Yeah, we're just looking about going long here on Palantir. Let's call it up when we get into it. Come on. PLTR. Sorry, guys. I'm in so many great positions here. I want to make sure we manage them properly. There's Palantir, guys. We're long now at 10. Let's go. Upside 10.09. Let's take a little bit out here. 10.08 if we can get it. There we go. A nice little win there on Palantir. But yeah, you got to watch out fading back downside there. Completely stops. So a good out for some of our shares there on Palantir. We get out of a third on the upside. Let's just wait to see if it continues to hold these high spots here. $10 was a spot yesterday, obviously. So let's see if it can hold that. We're going to get out backside. We give it 10 cents. Let's give it 12 on the downside. 9.90 out. Okay.
Brendan, what do you got, bud?
ENLV, guys, a halt, just double checking to make sure it is, yeah, it looks like volatility. Upside halt here for ENLV, 87%. Couldn't get through 950 on the downside, guys. So we're all the way back to 11 now, guys.
Guys, you want a big winner? Check out CCL. CCL just going downside there. We break that news to you. Brendan, we talked about cruises. It's on our watch list as well. RCL's over there. Here we go, downside on CCL. We are short at 07, man. We captured a lot of the profits at 15. And again, it just depends on the risk you have, right? Like right there, some people saying, oh, you only took 30 cents on CCL or BBBY. There it is, man. Bang it out, guys. There's thanks for the $25. It depends on your shares. I mean, you're going to trade with 50 shares, then yeah, 30 cents is not going to be anything. You're going to trade with more than 50 cents or 30 cents is going to be pretty damn good. Palantir, though, look at that big size.
Size at 01s, right? So for me, I'm going to get a lot of this out in front of it. I'll hold a little piece here, but I want to show you ENLV. Guys, I actually accidentally overfilled long when it broke 11. I did have some shorts all morning long, 1, 2, 3, 4 separate short trades. The last one gets blown off the top, and when I take it out, I get a reverse long. I didn't want to hold it through the halt, even if it's going to be going parabolic. It's just not going to be my style of play. But the second I saw that size, Sean, on PLTR, I'm going to run away from that one. Yep. If 10 wants to be a seller, I got out of almost everything there. I can maybe give it a little bit of a shot back to 950 and defend that price if it's gonna hold there. If it doesn't hold 950, I'm going to be all done with the longs and start thinking about going short again on PLTR. Look, a lot of sell action here, and sellers just stepping up with large size in the offer.
Yeah, exact same thing. I mean, that was about as easy as it goes, and that's why we did get that super chat about education. How about that for education? We call it up, we show you that there's trouble, and then we get out. I mean, that's what you're all about. There goes Bed Bath & Beyond again, man, trying to break through 19. Your boy's still long at 18.52. 40-cent win, B. Let's go. What's up, B?
Guys, a little software name here. Sale in New York up 15%. It was Morgan Stanley, I believe. Morgan Stanley doubling their price target on this one. SAIL, guys.
It does feel to me, this $5 battle in SLDB, of course, this one again from our watch list. I haven't traded. I said it's got to hold below that price for me to get involved. The volume is ridiculous. Now, the fact that it's holding up here means it could start to go parabolic. So it's finally again below 5. It's another test, like the third time since the open it's dropped below, and then snaps right back. The bid just reappears. This is what I don't want to be involved in until I see offers holding below that $5 mark. There's just not enough sellers down there for me to stay involved with it, or to get involved with it to the south side trade. Not going to step in front of that trend. I will take you guys back to Penn Gaming. It does test back up towards the high. So this is the thing. You miss it the first time, which is just, it is what it is. I didn't get it off the open. The second time, maybe it's a charm, but it's another test at this level up here at 75.50 as well, was the other high that I was looking at on the daily chart. I'll give it to both of those for a couple of different trades here. So I want multiple entries and multiple stops for this short on Penn. Maybe it'll be as good as it was the first time. I'm going to doubt it and likely be out in front of 74 for some of my shares for like a 50 or 60 cent win. The $1.50 move happened right at the open and I missed it.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do the same thing with DraftKings right here. If it breaks right above this little level, getting a lot of love from DraftKings if it breaks back above $60.80. That's going to be my jump spot there on DraftKings, Brendan.
Another one, guys, Macy's. We were talking about Bed Bath & Beyond, but some of the other retailers starting to pop up here. Macy's just taking out this high from yesterday on a volume alert. So 4%, 4.5% now for Macy's, guys.
All right.
That's odd enough. I literally had just removed Macy's from my my quote board there, not anticipating there's going to be any movement on it, but I'll probably have to go ahead and throw it back in, guys. Just got our first target, so we'll do a quick little backflip for Penn. You got to be happy with the trades that you make, and ultimately, I did want this one testing off the open, but it just slid down too fast. No chance to get it. Unless I was literally taking the opening print there, I'm probably not going to get that short. I'll let it try to break through 74 and get back down to this bottom that was made literally in the first couple of minutes here. That'll be like a 73, 75 area. Try to get that dollar win on the second half. If it breaks 75 all out and looking to re-engage at 75.50, and this is what I'm talking about there yesterday, 75, 25, and then a couple of sessions to go back into back at 75.50, and then that 76.60. So there's a lot of significant levels to the upside here in Penn. Failing lower multiple times. If it fails lower again, you might see $70 to $71 in the next couple of days.
Okay, we're long in DraftKings right now, so we put on that trade, and let's see how high you want to fly, young fella. So we are long right now at 80, so here we go. Bang, right there, right out at 61, right away. So nice little 20-cent win right there for DraftKings. And here we go, making moves to the upside again, man. We're at our all-time, not all-time high. We've already hit nice goals for us this morning as we go 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4. Actually, Palantir's a miss, so 3 for 3 on this one. Now DraftKings goes upside. We just took out 20% there for 15 pennies. We're going to wait to see, obviously, if DraftKings can retest some of these highs on the day. Neil was just talking about Penn there. There goes DKNG. My next out's going to be in the 20s, right up here, right before VWAP. So let's see if we can't get that. But yeah, a nice banger to start the day again here on DraftKings. Let's go.
Yeah, and Neo does break that 21.50. I actually don't get it there, but I'll catch it on the way back up. Look, sometimes you're not going to get it on the way down. If it wants to make a move back into that pre-market chop range, not a horrible place to be able to add. So new position alert on Neo. Still have a little bit of that PLTR. It's making a retest of 10 even. I'm not adding to that position unless it gives me a better price. And Penn still holding on to half of it. So new position alert, like I said, ENLV from the list. That has opened back up and weaker, believe it or not. So, you know, right instinct, I guess, to get out of the accidental long. I will always do that regardless. But it is still testing within that opening range, guys. It hasn't broken this 950 level. It was a $6 stock yesterday, so coming back further than that 950 certainly going to be in play. If it can hold 11 on any kind of a pop, I'll probably short into that one. But got to have some hard stops. 1150 as high as it got on that reopen. I would not hold shorts beyond that price.
The ES still ripping here, guys. So, yeah, watch out here for everything going to the upside. We do have Palantir once again right back to 10. So, up, down, and around, man. We did get a little scared on this one. We're basically flat on the stock. We took an 8-cent win on a third and then dumped it the rest here. And then the very ultimate last 10% out down here. So, we're going to wait to see right now what we have on Palantir breaking back downside through 10. Give it to us, Brendan.
Workhorse, guys, another one just popping up on a volume scanner here. Workhorse, 5%. Look at this move. 25.60 right through to 27 initially off the open there. Straight to the upside, guys.
Yeah, wow. I saw that. We missed that one. I don't know. What can we do? Sometimes when you miss stocks, right? Wow, what is going on? The liquidity here on Palantir is wowzers. Like, you go long there at 10. I did not, but if you did, and then it just retests 80, like, it is wiping out millions of shares per print. So this is like, I've never seen liquidity like this on a $9 stock. I know it just direct listed, IPO'd yesterday, but like it was at 10, and then there's tons of shares here, hidden and not, and it just like dropped down 20 cents there on one print. But wow, Palantir, man, you are a beast. What's up, Brendan?
We saw this one yesterday, guys. Datadog just popping through 102 again. Remember that huge move to the upside mid-morning yesterday on the Microsoft news, teaming up with Microsoft. So nice look for Datadog again today.
Right.
Yeah, good look with that. Digital Ally was also a name that I was going to be watching, but it's very, very slippery. And it looks like it's a solid short, but the volume is only 1 million shares off open, which is just not nearly enough. I'm taking a shot like on Palantir here, just seeing how much selling that there is. This $10 even area, I'll actually let it travel through 10. It snapped back. The pre-market high was like 07. It snapped back at 10. For me, below 10.10, I'm going to go with the short on Palantir here and see if I can't work into a little bit of a something here. I had to pay for shorts today, but it was actually a pretty reasonable price. So I'm jumping to the other side of this trade after seeing it slam down, like you said, Sean. Every time we'll go a couple cents, like 10, 15 cent flushes to the downside. That indicates the bid not nearly as strong as I would have expected potentially. Let's see what happens at 10.10.
No, you're right. I just went long there at 02, so we'll wait to see. The other direct listing yesterday, Insana, watch out for 26.50. We're going to be short that one. So here's Palantir, man. We're in it. The last couple drops down were 980 or so. So that maybe, I guess, is going to be where my out is. I don't know. I mean, these things just flash back and forth. So we're not heavy shares into Palantir right now. It just looks like 10 is going to be a problem. So maybe we'll dump a little bit more right now. I thought maybe the 10 break might get us going for the second time, but it looks like it's not. There's just so much selling. When this selling is gone, though, this thing's going to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, I just literally scalped and got some shares at like 97, 98, and then I'm just throwing bids and just getting filled, 93, 94. And again, if you have direct market access, this is what we're talking about here. It's just, it'll come up to that 10 even area, and then the bid will evaporate. There'll be thousands of shares and then nothing for a few pennies. So I'm just going to take advantage of that while I can, not even anticipating it goes much further than like 985. And then if it breaks, that'll have a small amount left in case it gets down to 950. I can't ignore that kind of weakness if I see it. So just taking a shot here. Sometimes you get rewarded, and usually if I miss that first move on Penn, that's it, kaputs. But it did come back up, so thankfully it did retest that level. I talked about liking Penn, maybe failing at some of those price levels we went to on the weekly chart there, and DraftKings being the stronger name. So we did short. I shorted in front of 75, 74.80 here. I took some out for 50-cent win. I just got the rest out in front of that low of day. That's the style of trade. I'm never going to anticipate the home run trade the second time through. I usually expect it to bounce at that point, having given a bit of a flush. So if it goes further than that, I had 70 as possible support. I'm going to wait for a pullback to maybe reshort or look for longs around 70 even. But I'm in and out of Penn. Very, very happy and pleased with that trade. Here comes PLTR. Just went down to that 85 like I mentioned. So it is what it is. We've told you guys, we give you key levels. We'll talk about fundamentals here and there. And every now and then, John, it's just literally about price action. And that's all I can chalk this one up to. It was just the evaporation of the bid on a stock doing 36 million shares. It was not like anything I'd really ever seen as actively as it's been traded. So I'm taking more out in front of 75. I got 999 short. It's all scalp trading at this point, taking advantage of all this liquidity that I'm seeing here.
Look, guys, I really hope you're still long Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, I got out here around 19. It just rips up to 19.30, so caught with our pants down on that last little bit of shares, but definitely making moves to the upside is Bed Bath & Beyond as Palantir comes right back to 10 again, so we'll wait to see on that one. But what's up, B?
Nice look for Overstock today, guys. 7.5% today, just broke 79 there. It was Wedbush with an upgrade price target increase on OSTK.
Overstock, huh?
See another one. Guys, just to get back to Nikola, I know there's a lot of names on the list that we talked about that we wanted to cover here. Some moving faster than others. Nikola's still holding its opening range. 2180 or so, 2175, let's call it, is going to be that bottom. I wanted to see if it had exhaustion of the buying before I jumped into a short. So the fact that it's calmed down, no real spikes to the upside here, holding that 2340 top. If it breaks the bottom, now I'll be involved in, much like NEO, where I wanted to see it make a range. Same thing here. So I'm into that NEO short at 2145. I will take this one through 2175 here on Nikola. PLTR, it's just like, I mean, it just did it again, and I wish I had level 2 up the entire time to show you. It was just trading at like 81s, and then just in the blink of an eye goes right up to 90 with almost not even a lot of volume going through for it to travel that 10 cents on a stock doing so much volume on the day. It's kind of crazy to watch.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I can't believe the kind of volume that it's doing, Palantir, and just how thin it is, really, talking about that. So Tesla, again, let's see if it's out of its range again. We did talk about Workhorse a little bit. We'll have to look back at Workhorse as it's moving around. And yeah, this is why we're staying away from Tesla today, guys. Again, stuck in a $5 range. That stock should not be that. They're trying to figure it all out. And then once it breaks high side, maybe you have a trade at 442 just based on the NASDAQ, maybe, and this is the yes, but making a possible bottom here at 33.75. So we'll wait to see if Tesla wants to go. Workhorse is one that we've talked about before as well. Brendan gave that to us, and we did miss the move to the upside. I got that, Rob. Check the chat, please. 26.50 to the upside on Workhorse. What's up, Brendo?
Beyond Meat, guys, 0.5% here, a recent mover. We were talking about this the past couple of days. Had a nice move off the open. Sainsbury over in the UK, more than 300 stores going to start carrying Beyond Meat products, guys.
Yeah, here comes Neo sliding to the downside. I just took some shares off at 21.20, a quick 25-cent scalp there. Obviously, 21.50 was a breakdown price. It did give you a second shot here in a pullback. I did want to get more if it got into that pre-market chop zone. It never did. I felt like that would have been some sideways action where you could pick some more shares up. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. If it does pop back into, like, I guess now would be like 30 to 40, I'd try to get some more shares on a bit of a buy, or sorry, a sell on a bit of a pop. So I'll short the pops if that's going to be the case in Neo. That's the only way I can get in. That's the only thing I'm going to be able to do. I don't want to completely ignore SLDB. I know PLTR is going nuts. Got a good short here, but SLDB tried to test the top again, and it's right back at this 5 level. So at some point, it's going to hold below, and I'm going to be shorting the stock off this level. But every time, and it just did it again. It just dipped below $5, gets down a couple of cents, and then someone just markets it right back up to 5, and then you see the $5 bid come in. There's just no sustained offer below this $5 mark, and this is what I mean. If you just have a trigger that says, if 5 breaks, I'm going short, and you're not actually watching this with direct market access, you're not going to know that you're getting blown out every single time. Like, you would have shorted this stock at 5 on breaks like 8 times already and lost every single one. I want to see it sustain a bit of an offer below. First time, it looks like it's happening now. Maybe if it gets below like 490, 485, I'll get into the short here. The retracement should be a good one when it comes in. I just don't want to do it too early.
6, yeah, SLDB. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these stocks. Like, I'm addicted to watching this Palantir, so I'm gonna wait now until we break this high, man. Where we got out before 10.10. If we break that, then we'll take out the stick and we'll see if we can make a little bit of money. But until then, man, we're just resting on our laurels right here. We just got our DraftKings just came out at the very bottom there, so nice win on 40% or 60%, and then get out of the last 40%. So it is going to be a flat trade there. So could have got out for profits numerous times. And didn't, so we let DraftKings fall all the way down to the bottom. My bad on that one. Hopefully you guys were able to get out. The one thing, though, with Bed Bath & Beyond, that's one that we've absolutely crushed today. That's going to be my #1 stock by far, as you guys know that. It did squeeze, man, up to 9. I don't know if those wicks are real, but we did squeeze up to 19.35 there, so that would have been about 70 or 80 cents. Just got to learn to hold on to those a little bit longer. What else did we write down? Oh, Asana, let's go back and look at that quickly. That was on the New York Stock Exchange. Yesterday's direct listing. I was waiting for this one to break the bottom as well. Again, down 6.5%. We did see it trade yesterday. If I move over, and let's just zoom back out just a little bit. Top down, basically the same bottom yesterday, 26.75 before ripping to the upside a couple bucks. So we know this one's very volatile. It can go, just like Palantir. We know these things can go 27.50 the long here on Insana if we can get it, okay? So 26.50 short, 27.50 long. Sometimes it's just that simple. Let's see if it can work.
Yeah, back over to this ENLV. I'll get to Neo. I did reload in that one at 35 or so. But holding lower after this halt, it reopened. It holds lower than that 11 price, makes a consolidation range, 10.50 the top of the range. I'll take a shot here, shorting it in the sideways action, see if it tests even lower than this. It did show some weakness. The halt to the upside immediately came back in, so that's another sign to make me feel at least remotely comfortable with it. But I don't want to give it all the way to 11. Of course, that first time through it halted. I'd like to be out in the event before there's any chance at a halt to the upside. That's why I'll go with a 1050. Tighter stop than normal. I'll add one more time here if I can get a price at like 20 to 25. Other than that, we're going to short this one hopefully through that 950, which has been support all morning long. If it does flush through there, $6 with yesterday's close, you'll cut that in half. I think $758, a decent target to the downside on ENLV. On a retrace, Sean already mentioned Asana, so I'm not going to go there. But I do want to come to Boeing. There was positive news out of Boeing recently. I just want to quickly show you guys starting to get a bit of life, and this 170 level is a bit key, and I'll show you here on the 15. I was eyeballing this. If we could really break through like 170 to 171 and hold above that price, would have been a nice little long entry. It snaps through and immediately gives it back. So if there's a second push through 171, I'll probably take a shot long in Boeing, but I'm definitely going to scalp some in front of this high at 172.76 and see if I can't hold on a push. If it gets to like 275, not a lot between that and 180 as well. So Boeing, maybe it's finally on the move. The problem here, the market giving some back, Sean, and we're only 0.5% up now on the ES and just cracked below 1% up on the NASDAQ. That doesn't help things here with Boeing at all. Brendan, what do you got?
Sale, guys, little software name mentioned earlier, continuing higher here. Just broke 46 there past couple of minutes. Huge volume spike came in. All-time highs once again here for sale. Again, it was Morgan Stanley, guys, doubling their price target on this one today.
Okay, so we got into Workhorse right now, and we're short on this break through VWAP. We talk about trading off VWAP all the time. Video yesterday on VWAP. Check out our stock market wisdom. We have an old one. It won't be posted till next week, but we did make a VWAP video last week. It goes down as far as 95. We were short at 12. That would have been probably a good spot to take some profits, but we were bidding 92 for some magical reason. So we'll go back down here. 26.50 to the upside. We'll reverse double the long if it does go back upside there. That is Workhorse. So we are into that short. And it was a good one, man. It breaks VWAP, as you guys can see right here. Breaks VWAP. We get the short. The VWAP's 14. What's my short at? 12. And then it goes all the way down to 95. And we are waiting down here 92. So we'll see if it can get backside here. Breaking down lower is Workhorse. I know a lot of you guys are long it. This is not talking about it for a long-term position because I do like the reverse double, the reverse long upside. So this was just a scalp through VWAP, seeing if we got some retracements back to the open. So right now, we'll see if it works. It could possibly not, but Workhorse, small position, but we do like this, or I do like this short just ahead of this consolidation. It's either going to break upside, and then we'll see if we can cash back, or hopefully it does resist some of this garbage and start heading back down. I think it's worth an average in somewhere here as well, probably in the 30s, just in case it does get back into this level, and then we can fade it back in. So I do like Workhorse in the middle here. Should have took some profit. We do have orders laid out through here, so 26.30, not a bad spot to start to average into this position. I like it, and then we blow off the top here and go double up.
Yeah, it's been a
Mamma mia!
Over in NEO here, guys, we took multiple shorts here, short at 45. That took us all the way down to 21.20. Thank you, Valeria, for the reload. It's still a green day, so the shirt is still fitting the theme, although we're turning around a little bit here. I shorted another time here at 35. Again, was able to scalp someone off for 10 cents, but I put in a higher low, so I waited till tighter to that 21.50 to get that last little entry trade, just so that I wouldn't be losing much in the event of a 21.50 break. It briefly broke. I'm now out of it and flat on NEO, so it's all scalping down here. So tight stops. It might come back down, but I had my out actually reversed long and immediately got out there. PLTR, which I've been actively sort of trading up here around that 10 level. It's testing one more time, guys, and it just, wow. I just saw it at 98. By the time I was able to show you the chart, it was right back down to 91. And getting me hit on the bid at 83. It just continues to do this. Every time it gets to 10, you can short it, and then the bid evaporates. It's like, what is going on with this stock? Where is the liquidity on the bid? It just absolutely goes to, piss is what I want to say. So if it breaks 10, I think that 10-10 area that it stalled out before, that might be the actual mark. I'll give it through $10 the way it's been trading and just short in front all day long, guys. I still have 99 short. I want to add to this position and keep taking 10, 15 cent scalp trades on Palantir.
Oh man, we missed Roku. We had a bid to go through. Oh man, bad miss here on Roku, man. We had that trade. Damn it. We only crossed up 10 pennies. We crossed up 10 pennies on 197. Rips right to 190. 750 there. I mean, the shares we had, we'd have took some out there for 50 cents. Faux show. Workhorse, though, man, yes. Taking that out, hitting the hot dogs on Workhorse a little bit. We did talk about that. I wish I would have been able to get some more short up here to average in. We do like this bottom start. Wow, 81. Where's my bid? 72? Oh, man, that was a little crazy there. Should have had some more bids down here. That's where we stopped last time. So silly by me, man. We are just so excited there about that Roku that we wound up missing. But 25.85 there. We're going to put another bid down here, and hopefully we'll pick up some Workhorse on the bottom side. But right now, man, whatever. Slaying Workhorse right now. We're in the money, 20 pennies on this short. Let's just hope that it can come to fruition and give us even that little bit more. Should have took that downside. Oh, man, let's get a little bit more out right now, but we missed that trade. We should have got out some more at 80s there, guys.
The more this SLDB goes sideways and cannot break down below that 5, you got to really watch out for a secondary squeeze here that pushes you 2 and possibly through 6. Talked about 740 levels to the upside above here. I'm going to look at, if it breaks 550, that's going to trigger me into a long. I'll just ride the momentum on this name as long as it wants to stay strong. The volume's starting to taper off, so I'm just going to maintain. I'll go short. If it breaks 85s, I'm not touching it in the middle of this range. Just entirely too sketchy for me to be playing SLDB through that price range. I will quickly go back over to Tesla. I know there's a lot to cover, guys. I was looking at an opportunity, hopefully, to take something if it ever, showed its face at 450 or shows its face down at 428 to 431 on a dip. The market's starting to roll over. Tesla possibly breaking down towards those prices. I can tell you once again, PLTR dips into the mid 980s, so I will try to take some more shares out and then rinse and repeat this action. It's just going to be a bunch of executions down here. A couple of times I was able to get in the 70s. And one time it dipped down here to into the low 60s. It feels like it's more like a 10 to 15 cent trade at this moment, and tremendous volume in that range.
You cannot forget about Facebook, down through 264.75. Okay, Workhorse, great outs, man. We talked about getting out there at 80. We didn't get nervous, but we saw that we missed it, so we made sure we get out again at 95. So 12 plus 5, 17 cents there. Win on that last little bit. We still in it, but not much. We did get out some of that, most of it down here once we saw this rejection off of that low, right? So we talked about education, and I'm just going to try to educate you guys as much as possible. That was a rejection down here at this breakout spot that happened at about 9:35. So that's why when we see that, man, we just basically put a market order out, get out of our trade there, give it some room. Like, we didn't get out right away, as you guys know, but we did give it some room, capture that profit, and then back to the upside. One more thing before we go to happening now. I can't remember what it was. It was Facebook. I just want to give you guys a quick little breakdown here, because it might happen as we are at happening now, as this market's fading through. I do like this bottom break here of 265.75. Let's give it over to Brendan with happening now, buddy.
Hey guys, yeah, just be aware, ISM manufacturing number just came out there a little bit lower than expected. There's a construction consumer spending number as well that was a little bit better than expected. So futures might be moving. Yeah, Sean just said it, fading back in here a little bit right across the board. You can see the S&P still positive, but coming back in a little bit, 0.37% to the upside. The Dow, 0.2%, better part of 0.2% there. The NASDAQ still leading the way. However, we have come off the highs. We were up more than a full percent in the pre-market, if you remember. The Russell, 0.9% here in Toronto, 0.2% for the TSX, and BOVESPA down in Brazil, negative 0.3%, negative day so far. Pepsi, one from the watch list. Couple of things still to keep an eye on, guys, as far as the watch list is concerned. They faded that good report in the pre-market. Didn't get through this 137, though, which was a bit of a support area late in the day for Pepsi. We can keep an eye on 137 if the market starts to head further lower. Conagra, yeah, not good. CAG earnings were good, but look at this big sell the news kind of thing. 36.50 down to 34.50, consolidating here at day lows, looking like it might want to test lower prices. RCL, again, there was a couple of headlines that affected the entire cruise operator group. RCL, CCL, both with decent moves to the downside here, testing day lows as well for RCL. So a number of things, guys, still on watch when it comes to the watch list. Back over to you.
Still on watch when it comes to. I like that. I like that.
A lot on watch when it comes to watch list.
And
Yeah,
speaking of that watch list, guys, we try to be very, very patient with the second to last name on the list, SLDB. It's the first execution for me here. I said if it gets below that 85, the way it was trading around that $5 range, it was a little bit too strong. So when it finally broke, I got myself 83s here. If it works its way down, I'll take some out on the way to that quarter, which I've already done. Then down to 450. This was some support at $4. I would expect to have, I'll have, frankly, just about everything off if it gets down to $4. I mean, that's a great return if you catch a move like this on a 483 stock. Ultimately, you can't be too greedy here. Yes, it was $2 yesterday, so certainly it could go like $1.50, $2 to the downside. Not the way I'm going to try to trade it. And there's no way, like I'm not even giving it past $5 as strong as it's been, and I'm still going to go if it can't sustain this move to the downside and breaks above 5, I'm definitely going long at 550, anticipating a squeeze on SLDB.
Okay, I just took some more DraftKings there. It looks like it wanted to break out close to VWAP, so we're long right now at 61 again. 60.99 here long on DraftKings on that move upside. This looks like it wanted to break through. We have VWAP downside on a 3-minute chart down here at 60.80, so I like that move. We're going to hold this one back to 60.50. We got out at basically the low of that wick before coming back upside, so we do know that there's some downside here, 59.80. But again, man, it's a funny day today, man. Some of this liquidity is just bouncing around like crazy. So we'll wait for DraftKings to go. Okay, we did get some short all through here. So now we're into the short on Workhorse. Our price is much better. We're still positive on the stock, so it's all good. Our short rate now is 21s. We did talk about having a 26.50 target. So let's see now. Our short 26.21 averaged into it. Now it's coming back. Excuse me, we'll put a little bit of a bid here at 26.16 because that's where VWAP is, and then we'll hold 26 and see if we can't make moves to the lower side of Workhorse. And then DraftKings is right here. What is VWAP? 61.10. Take out 10 cents. Maybe we'll take out 10% at 10 cents, just to put some money in our pocket because it is at VWAP. But then when the VWAP breaks, let's look out for 61.40. What up, Beep?
Guys, just wanted to mention real quick, 10 o'clock. So we'll talk a little bit about an event that's coming up this weekend on Saturday. Wall Street Rides Far, a charity event coming up this Saturday. If I just minimize this, we can see the website. There you go, wallstreetridesfar.org. Go check it out. Coming up this Saturday. We are very excited to be sponsoring this event this year. Trader TV Live. There you go. If you go to the sponsors page, you can see all the great names that are taking part in this event. And we are included. Trader TV Live, happy to sponsor, guys. Go check out wallstreetridesfar.org. Guys.
There you go. Like it's always fun to be a part of things like that. Of course, can't be there to do the ride. I'm not much of a rider myself. That's the wife. She's that side of the equation. But it's always good to be a part of something like that. So we're excited for it. I did take some more shares out of here in SLDB, just right at that 461 mark, guys. So 460, then 450 to the downside. If that breaks, I'll probably have a quarter left. Then look to see if it gets down to that 4 even mark. If it breaks 5, I'm still going to be getting. I'll give it some room on the north side of my entry, but not more than like 15, 20 cents. If I'm starting to take things off for 15-cent winners, then that's how much I want to risk it. Yes, it could go more, but if I was scalping 5 cents initially, then certainly I wouldn't give it 20, 30 to the stops as a stop. That wouldn't make a heck of a lot of sense. So I won't let it get past $5 in SLDB, and 550 is still the only place I'll go long.
Okay, here's Workhorse, man. Boom, hit that one, no doubt about that. Hit a little bit of a backflip there. We did talk about it getting into this area. So out. I told you our average price was 21s there, which it was. You should be able to see that on the board. So we get out some at VWAP, as explained, and then some out at 26, as again talked about that live here on the show. Okay, DraftKings, there we go, taking out a little bit there at 20. That's a 20-cent win. So money. Whoa, here we go. Still making move to the upside now is DraftKings. So we're really happy with how far this one's going. See if we get some out in the 30s. Bang! Nice little trade here on DraftKings to the upside. $61 up, breaks VWAP, we get out. And then now I gave you 61.40, so there's an out at 33. And now we're going to see how high it can go. Pre-market highs, man, up here 61.80 and change. What I did on this one, I often get questions on Twitter. Follow us all on Twitter at TraderTV Sean. I'll post up some of these trades. Been too busy to do it today, but 59.80 was going to be my bottom, man. I was giving this one all the way. I felt stupid getting out of some of that right there just to watch it go right back to the the upside there. So now we cash in some of this. Cannot be a loser. Look at Workhorse trying to test that 26. So maybe this is a good spot to get out as well. We'll take some out at 3 right there. That's a good Dragon Slayer right there. Look at that, out at 3 before it rips right to 14. So good little move on that one. DraftKings 27 cents in the money, and Workhorse 27 cents in the money as well there. So back-to-back, 2 30-cent winners, roughly, on board right now. Neil, that Palantir, man, I mean, the volume is here, and I just don't know what to do. It's chilling out here. All of these wicks to the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe just sit down here, see if we can't pick up a long, and then if it does break back down through 65, we'll get out. But all of these stop points basically at 71, interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, like it seems like 980 is the new 10 the way it's been trading right here. But I gotta go over to Peloton here. I mean, Brennan mentions, of course, that the charity of the Wall Street rides. And I think Peloton, and I come back to it. And today is the day that it makes the run. I mean, the breakout that I was looking at, and shout out to Massey, one of our viewers, for reminding me about this level. When it broke this 101, it only gave you a $1.50, $2 move. I definitely anticipate a bit more. Wasn't on the radar when it came back to 100 here, so I wasn't watching this for the second break, which looks like it might be able to sustain this. Let's watch out for 105 or pullbacks into that 101 range. But for now, Brendan, what do you got?
SELB, was just checking on the news here. My platform a little bit slow, but SELB, obviously news aftermarket yesterday. This thing went from 250 down to 120, but just crawling back to the upside, still down significantly, but just breaking higher on a decent volume spike there for SELB, guys.
All right, we're just putting this out here on Workhorse so you guys can follow us in our trades along as well. So we tweet that one out. Yeah, here it comes, man. Downside. Look at that. Just got out again at 91. So the reason why I'm really proud of this trade is because I structured it for you. I told you what we were doing. Light, average, because we knew that was the play, and then bang that out right there. That's a 30-cent win on Workhorse. So one thing that we haven't done today is, that's not a Superman trade. Let's just hit the rain down money, because that's, I feel like, what we're doing right now is just collecting those ducats. Look at this out, man. 61.50 on DraftKings. That's worth the floss right there. Let's just see if we get back upside now. My next out on this stock, all the way up here, 61.80-ish, 61.75, 74. If we can get upside on that one, man, beauty to go on there. Thank you so much for all of the super chats today. Can I get a roller coaster taking me on PLTR? Sure, let's find the roller coaster quick time for you. You give that, you get it. There it is. We're riding that there. There it is again. Yeah, I know. I'm wearing a purple shirt. That's pretty cool. But there's the roller coaster for Palantir. We do now have a plan on Palantir, so let's just keep on playing that one. Like I just said, get long at 70 if we can, but I'm not even on the stock, so I got to figure that out.
I'm surprised I didn't come up with that pun. It feels like that's I should have been all over that one. I missed that one by a long shot. I mentioned that 980 might be the new 10. That means I'm scalping it short, guys. So probably too early of an entry here at 76, but I didn't want to miss it. And I'll go to level 2, guys, so you can see a bit of a bid here at that 70 market Sean was talking about. It's not a huge amount, but the way the bid's sort of been evaporating, at this point, I'll basically take anything to try and give it a little bit of significance. If it breaks 80, I'm going to be done with shorting it until it gets back to 10 even. Otherwise, it's pure scalp mode, guys. That's what we're doing here in PLTR. I just got some out at 72s. So I'll rinse and repeat that, take 78, 79 short if I can. Maybe try to hold some in the event that 70 breaks. We've talked about that 950 area all morning long. And if you look at the range, for all the activity, 50 million shares and all the executions I have on PLTR, it's literally a 40-cent range, guys. So this is all about direct market access. This is all about making multiple executions. There's nothing else to it. But it's also all about upgrades and downgrades. Let's go to Brendan at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, let's talk upgrades and downgrades. We'll get you a few more symbols to have a look at here. We mentioned this one a couple of days ago. Alibaba with another price target increase today. Penn National, we talked about that one on here. Qualcomm and Qorvo down there also doing quite nicely, in fact, on the day. 2.5% to the upside. Very negative on this side of things so far today. Valero and Cenovus, I'll show you in a second, but that Valero, yeah, some of the energy names in trouble so far today. Penn National, we talked about gapping up on the upgrade today, but 75 problem spot. Back to 72 here. 72, a little bit of support for Penn National. I want to show you CVE, Cenovus in Toronto. Mentioned energy stocks under pressure here. Just broke that day low there at 490, pushing further downside after the gap down on CVE. Guys, back over to you.
Like Palantir, I tried it again and failed again, so we'll just get out. Yeah, we tried 74 there. I thought I was going to get out if it broke 60, or 70. I don't know what happened, so we'd get out when it breaks through 65 there. It was a small trade. I mean, obviously, I've just lost. It's the only stock we've lost on here today. So now we go short, though, and make some of that money back. So let's get out now ahead of 55 a little bit here on Palantir. So let's watch out here. Take a big position short. See if we can cash out on this one, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to take like we said, that 950 the entire time. I'm taking it out. I'll be flat on Palantir heading into that 950 mark. I took most of it out for the scalp trade, and now you're going to test this range. It's going to be hard not to see if we can't catch a bit of a bounce scalping off this level. I should show you this, guys. Level 2, you're going to see 400,000, 200,000. It's going to be about 700,000 shares on the bid. When you're done 50 million, it probably has no trouble there. Yesterday, there was 3.5 million at 9, 35 million shares on the bid at 10. So, these seem like impressive numbers on these bids, but relatively speaking, it's just not a heck of a lot, guys. I'll get to SLDB again, but it's holding 450 right now. So I did take some shares out in front of that, 30-cent winner. If it breaks, $4 still the ultimate target.
Yeah, break yourself here, Palantir. We enact revenge. Our biggest position of the day goes on right here. We gave you this in the pre-market. That's why we want to rewind. It's on our watch list as well. Palantir, this order was in my script log here forever. So that's why we get executed right there. That's the bottom of the day. My next bids are down here in the 40s. We've just taken a whole bunch out at 51. There's some size there at 50. So you want education. There it is, baby. We just gave that one to you. Workhorse, though, man. Boom! That's the winner of the day right there for me as Workhorse. Just gives the money. Well, you know what? We're still up more on Bed Bath & Beyond than we are on Workhorse, but here it comes, man. I gave you that short. It's now 65 cents in the money. The Workhorse short, 65 cents in the money. Big trade there. Palantir goes all the way back up, man. We're short at 60. This is why we get out of 70% of our trade was out down here at 951 and 53 and some at 56. So we hold back that last 30%, hoping for that 50 break. But hey, man, this thing could just evaporate back up to 70. So that's why you got to take your profits when they're there, Neil. I know you know that, but that was scary, that size at 50. Remember yesterday we were like, oh my God, there's 8 million shares at 50. Whatever will we do? It came to 50 and just goes bang, 5 million, bang, 3 million, bang, $9.20. Before I throw it back to you, I don't want to forget Cameron. Man, I got to just keep saying, I don't know, something for all of us, but I'll just do this because I can't see it. Thank you. This is from all of us at the show, man. You continue to be a champ. Thank you so much, Cameron. And look, if I could give you these DraftKings winners and Peloton and you could keep making those wins on your own, that's absolutely fantastic. We love our community. Thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. I mean, what it's doing is motivating us as well, man. We're seeing you guys make money on your own trades. Hopefully you're getting better as traders. We talked about that. I tweeted that out this morning about education on that $10 super chat. We love you guys and we love Brendan.
Another one, guys. Westwater Resources, recent high flyer in the clean energy space. Got as high as 360 here this morning, but look at this, right back down. Pushing day lows here around 270. Remember, this thing gapped up huge going back to last week on that kind of sector news, but looking to maybe break lower here. Still up 8% for WWR, guys.
Neil, just quickly wait a second. I see Emily here talking about we're not trading options, right? So that's the one thing, you guys, I want you all to make sure that you're well aware. Neil and I are trading the actual equity. So we are short. We have one of the best brokers in the business here at daytradetheworld.com. Check it out. We have shortable shares on Palantir today. So your boy is short. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And sometimes, look, we have to pay for the locates to be able to short these stocks. A lot of times they're going to be free for us. Large, easy to borrow list. Speaking of, I'll just update you guys. SLDB, it did break that 450. Like I mentioned, I just got some at 435, so that'll be like a 50-cent win or so, like 48. If it gets to like $4, I'm going to have it off in front of that price, guys. So it's a nice short. It's been relatively strong all morning long. That's why I'm not thinking it's going to be a bigger home run than maybe getting that 10% move back in. And if it bursts back up, I will wait for like 550 for a breakout. I won't go long at 5 even. Of course, now that I have almost everything out, I don't have to worry about that stop at 5 so much. But 550 will be the only place I go long. As far as PLTR goes, it just broke that 50 mark. I got out in front of it. If it comes back up, I'm still sitting in front of 980. 980 looked a heck of a lot like 10. The only difference is it never broke that 980 level. So if it comes back up, I am going to short in front of it. There's so much liquidity there that You can risk a few cents and then have this happen to you on a flush. Brennan, what do you got?
The lithium stock starting to catch a bit of a bid here. Remember this one, Lithium America, popped up on that Tesla deal with PLL. Also starting to move higher here, but 1250, 1260. Little problem area yesterday. It's up 10% today, guys.
Okay, come on, Palantir. Did you break? It did break 50?
Yeah.
Oh, man, where was my... No, I couldn't... That's strange because my bid's at 46. Bang, there it is, a little 46 there. It comes through. So I was just wondering, why did I not get filled there on this break? Down to 44, but my same order that was there gets filled at 46. So I used EdgeX. We'll talk about that a little bit today with our Day Trade the World segment coming up. Actually, why don't I just put it up right now? Coming up at 1 o'clock here, we're going to be talking with Day Trade the World. I just did a little bit on our shorts there. We were able to make money on Palantir because of that. And there it is. So Day Trade the World at 1 o'clock. You have any questions with our partner recruitment team? They'll be there with us as well. Thank God we got out because now Palantir's making moves to the upside there. We still have a little bit, but that was a big out right there. We waited for that 50 to break, sat there, got it. Thank you. That's what we do. You got to have a plan of action. We talk about that all of the time. And on that note, plan of action right now, $25.90 to get out of Workhorse. But guys, Workhorse is a spicy meatball. It's already 65 cents in the money. So let's just keep on going with that one. We're 3 for 3 right now. DraftKings, 20 cents in the money. You can see that trade busting upside now as well. Hopefully, Palantir is flat. That's okay. We just crushed it, made most of our money back. And then Workhorse, 70 cents in the money. We talked about that as well.
Yeah, popping the upside. You mentioned Workhorse. Nikola also popping. So that double bottom does not get taken out. So no short through that price. It is testing the high here, 23.35. Look, we mentioned this off the bat when we were talking about the names in the list here. If we take the top off on Nikola, you go all the way back to the 23rd. You got like $1.50 to 25, and then you have another move up to like 27 to 29. Look, there's just not a heck of a lot of room here. If it takes a top off at squeeze central, I'm going to momentum long it through that high of day. Plain and simple. For me, it's nothing fundamental about it. It's just playing a squeeze.
Yeah, me too. 23.36, we're going to do that for sure and go long on this one, and that's Nikola. Right now, it looks like it's going to break through, so let's get this long. There we go. So now we're long Nikola right now at 36. That is the high of the day, like Neil just mentioned, so you got to be careful. There is room to go upside. There's unlimited room. I mean, this thing can literally go upside as far as it wants to go, but the downside risk is back down to here, I think, anyways, 22.75. So you got to give Nikola a little bit of room to breathe for sure. 22.90 maybe. Yeah, that's good. The bottom of this wick right here, sort of right where we consolidated, 22.90 to the downside, but we are long Nikola right now, and we're short Workhorse. That's 70 cents in the money, and we're waiting for Palantir to go above 70 before we get out, but everything gravy right now, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's as long as Nikola keeps going and bursts through this like 50 level, I'll definitely call it gravy. I do want to quickly jump over to, there was a question about overstock. Someone asked about this, whether I wanted to short it. It looked more like a breakout to me on overstock, both on the daily here at 80 bucks. But even when you go to like by 15, maybe it gets to like 82.50 and rolls over, and then from there like 87. But that just sort of screams a breakout on the daily, and it looks entirely too strong. I'm not jumping in front of it. That's not going to be the play for me. Shorting it, maybe if it rolls, like I said, at 82.50, but I would probably stick to the long. Anything in front of 78, 79, looking pretty strong in the market, starting to come back to.
Yep, and we're just putting this one out there. We had a break there on Nikola at the high of the day, so we sneakily get into that one and get some out, man. We got it at 50, we got out at 55, and then we got out at the high of the day there at 60. So nice little trade there on Nikola, holding a little bit to go up for more. Obviously, we're going to give this down here to 22.80, but now we've taken out a decent winner on that one. So really, really happy with that Nikola trade. Cannot complain, but small cap recap, Nikola maybe making its move down to small cap territory, but we'll wait to see on that one. Give it to us, Brendan, at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's jump into a little bit of a review here of what has happened so far. This has been the big one so far. Just want to point out the volume candle on the daily chart is just enormous on this thing. It barely trades normally, but monster volume on SLDB so far today. Yeah, go up to the daily chart, 460. If I swing over to this side, got to zoom out a bit, but 460 to 475. Very clear spot on the daily chart. So that was kind of the level you can see I was working off initially. We're back below that. So as long as we are back below that 460, 465 area, we'll be pushing this thing to the downside. It has a long way to go if it wants to continue. This is the other one, ENLV. Great opportunity off the 1075.11 area this morning, just before the open. Could not get through. I was talking about that 950. It could not get lower, even on the second push down here, the 950. Stopped out of a little bit there. Missed a great opportunity. 1150 is the level it looks to be. Anyways, just couldn't get above 1150 there on that halt. We're all the way down to 9. So let's see if we can't continue to the downside here for this one. Still holding a bit of this. We were all the way down at 650 yesterday. So a long way to go for ENLV as well. One more to go here. CTIC. Remember this one from yesterday? Just trying to be patient. Lower volume today, second day kind of idea, but there was a really clear level. 925 to 930 was a pivot throughout the entire day yesterday. So let's see what happens when this thing, 225 to 230 was a pivot yesterday. So let's see what happens when we get up to 225 on CTIC. Guys.
Good look, and we'll hit this fine graphic here. We don't have a Nikola one, but we do have sort of an EV space graphic for you. The break is on. I just took some shares out at 23.75. It's that quarter as we talked about. 24 even if it breaks that. We already mentioned 25 as a possible target to the upside. If we break 24, definitely going to be hanging on to shares for that eventuality. And once we've broken that 24, I will move a stop to the upside, probably at 23 even, giving it a little bit of room. But I say it. It's gone. There we are through 24. The offer sort of evaporating on the way up, guys. So now it's time to slide my stop just below break even here. And then the tree is or the cow. I was going to say the money tree, but Sean hit the cow. So there you go.
Yeah,
money
exactly.
cow.
Yeah, we got out.
Cash cow. I just said
That's
money
why,
cow.
yeah, because we're both crushing this right
What am I
now.
even talking about?
So it is a cash cow kind of thing. Nicola, we just tweeted that out, and I really hope. Boom, a nice little wheelbarrow here. Look at Nicola, go, 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 go. I did a piece on this with some people the other day and said that we should be buying some at 17 and 18 just in case. Here it goes up to 24 and change. Giddy up, man, 85-cent win right here on Nicola. So if you don't like that, then I don't know. What is this? Palantir now. Boom, we hold it to 70. It does not go upside there. We come back down, cash, cash, cash. So we're making that money, man. Now we'll wait for Palantir to come down to 930. That's where my bid is, 930 Palantir. How you like that one? Nicola still going to the upside. Palantir coming down. Workhorse, look at this, 75 cents in the money. Thank you very much. 10 cents in the money. Thank you very much. 80 cents in the money. Boom. And then DraftKings, our last 10% here, falling down. So, but look at this. Look where we take this out. Boom, 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 boom. DraftKings to the moon. We get that super chat for DraftKings, and we say thank you so much to that one. I said I'd give this one all the way back down to the bottom. Thank God it's just that last 10%. Wow, that would have been bad. NIO LAC making me big money. Keep on doing the great work on education out there as well. You're welcome, Dan McIsaac, and thank you once again for the super chat. Look, that's really all that matters here. Neil and I need to keep our haircuts going. We're using the super chats. We'll get that on that. But upside 61.50. Nice little move there. Palantir, though. Adios, amigos. We hit that one to the downside and hold it. So our biggest position on right now. Oh, and did I say 930? Let's wait to see if we get to 930 right here on Palantir. Let's go. What up,
Brendan, what do you got?
Sundial Growers, guys, we were talking about strength in the cannabis group yesterday. SNDL, 15%. Little penny stock moving higher. The reason I mentioned this, 19 million shares on the day. If I flip over to Aurora, a little bit of relative weakness. So some of the names starting to pop back up, but most of the bigger cannabis names still a little bit weak on the day, guys.
Not weak on the day. If we want to go, you mentioned already once, Brendan, and there we go. 1,000 likes on cue, like an hour in here. But yeah. LAC, these some of these names in the space, of course, that contract with Tesla that did come through, and you have a big move to the upside. It's retracing a little bit here, so I would start thinking about if we can hold this $12 area. As Nicola just went to 24.50. I need to get some shares off there, see if I can take a little bit more out in front of that 50 level. I'll get back to LAC in a quick little second here, but Nicola continuing the march to 25. Sort of mentioned this one a few times here that if it made the break, you had a really, really good shot to get up to this. And I'll zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. Get up to this level, that 25 area. The last time on the way down was an $8 move, stalled out at 25 on the way up. Maybe it stalls out on the way up. And then if it breaks through, you're talking about 27s. We said that a couple of times here. It's a pure squeeze play for me. Still holding some long. I'm not moving my stop. It's break even or break through 25.
Yeah, man, look at Workhorse right now. We go to the EV space, and hells to the yeah. We did tweet this one out back. Wow, Workhorse. This is $1 in the money on Workhorse, $1 in the money on Nikola, and 12 cents on Palantir. Brendan, what you got?
Nano Dimensions, guys, a name we've shown on the show many times before. It looks like an offering. It was just double checking the price, $2.30, $2.30 right here. So we're basically at that price, but huge volume from the volume list. NNDM, guys.
That was from yesterday. We were trading that one to the short side. It was actually a pretty solid trade on NNDM. I want to quickly go back to NEO. I got shaken out. So I got shaken out here at 21.50. I had several shorts and did make some money on them, scalping it, but I said I was going to scalp. Obviously, the hold trade was much, much better. We talked about this yesterday when NEO was strong. Some of the other names weak. You're getting a bit of a reversal today, it seems. So NEO coming downside while the squeeze is on in Nikola, and you already saw Workhorse as well. I do want to quickly jump back over to that SLDB. It did catch a bit of a bid. Now it's going sideways again. If you're holding a short here, I've said all morning long how relatively strong it's been for a stock that typically you'll see some grind to the downside on those gaps up. Not as so much here. If it does break back below 450, I might actually jump into some more shares as it's showing further weakness. But 5 is my out. 550 is a squeeze long all day for me on SLDB, unless it breaks 4 even. Then you can throw all of that out the window.
Okay, we're also going to wait. Facebook has come back to the upside here. I still like this break if it does happen, but I don't know. Facebook just rocking. I mean, the ES is making moves. Let's check out the NASDAQ quickly here for you. NQ. NQ, yeah, so the NASDAQ, okay, so that's why. A little bump up there in the NASDAQ looking very similar. Look at the Facebook chart, guys, down and up. Look at the NASDAQ chart, down and up. I mean, they're almost, we can overlay these things here. They're almost identical, Facebook and the NASDAQ chart. So if you want to trade futures and maybe you don't have a futures account, you could trade Facebook. But now it's breaking to the upside. I really like Facebook. It's just, we're up a lot, man, 1.6%. That's fine. I don't ever want to fade these things. We're talking about playing it if it does come back to the ultimate downside there. Palantir now, where are you, buddy? Where are you? Give it to me at 30 and then we're out. Can we get this? I'm sitting on the bid. Who knows if I'm going to get this? Obviously using the wrong gateway, but here's Palantir. I gave you 30, man, when we were up here at 55. So there it comes all the way back down. Misses us at 30, I guess, on the wrong gateway. Just, it printed millions of shares down there. 30 for Palantir. Wow, you want to talk about a call there? That's the call maybe of the day there. We gave you where it was possibly going, down to 930, and that's exactly where it goes to the penny.
Brendan, what do you got here? There's a big move in Rocket. Rocket just won $1.50. I'm assuming maybe we have some news here.
Yeah, just double checking, guys. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Nothing yet, but going to keep looking here for Rocket. Yeah, huge pop here, $20 up to 21.5. I mean, if you look at the daily range, not enormous, but volume coming in anyways to Rocket.
Yeah, and this level here, this 21.25, I mean, certainly a bit of a double top heading all the way back down and then basing out at 20 even. So not an insignificant level that it came into. I don't know what's necessarily going on here. If you just randomly shorted at that recent high, congratulations to you because you'd be in the money. But until I see what's happening, it's a volume spike. It's a $2 move, well, a $1.50 move off of a solid base. I don't want to step in front of it to the south side trade. If it does come all the way back to like 2025, 2050 or so, yeah, I'll kick in for the long because there's multi-day support down there. So I would take that, assuming there might be some positive news here. Otherwise, going to stay away from any shorts in Rocket here.
Hydration Nation, man, we're crushing it. Ever since we basically started promoting this again, we don't even have losing days anymore. So Hydration Nation is the thing. Okay, so... All right, I did not wait for 30 after all. 31 just kept on filling, so I bid out at 31 and we take that. So that right there, a nice little 20, 30-cent win on Palantir. So that goes spicy and puts us right back. All of this garbage up here, we go long, we take the break, we get the ultimate high of the day, then we get the ultimate low of the day as well. Palantir still wants to break 30, so watch out for when it does come crashing back down. Palantir will go short on another break through 30. Should be good. Workhorse, though, that's still bouncing around. This is still $1 plus in the money. My new out's going to be right here on a break, 66 on a break of Workhorse. But there we go, 85 cents now in the money as Workhorse gets unplugged a little bit today. It's been such a great run for this stock, so no surprise on that. But yeah, what a big win for Workhorse. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. These are big stocks. These are big shares. And these are just, quite frankly, big wins. So there it is, man. 225.65. We started it off like mad today with Bed Bath & Beyond off this long. And again, this is the way I trade, man. In and out like a light. Scalped a living whatever out of that one. And then now it's all the way to the upside, so we do miss it. But my call was, and if you rewind, looking at the shortable shares in Bed Bath & Beyond, I told you it was one of the most heavily shorted stocks out there at 61%. I think Brendan said 57%, a few sites different. But Bed Bath & Beyond booming to the upside right now. What a great trade that was. I hope you still have that. But hey, man, that's what the Super Chats are for. Thank you so much for giving us all that love. Thank you to Cameron, still there, still giving you that love. Thank you so much for the Donkey Kong and the Peloton Super Chats there. It's been a fantastic day, as you guys can easily tell.
Yeah, and here comes some pops in PLTR. I'm trying to short pops, but it doesn't go very, very far. I'll see if I can catch something in front of 950. I'm still not even seeing anything as to what is going on in Rocket. It is starting to bounce back up again, so I would have played a retracement if it gave me 2050, like I said, but I'm not going to jump into any kind of a short trade. It's going to have to be a long at a price that looks rather favorable. Otherwise, going to have to stay away. I still have my Nikola shares, and again, it's going to be break even or break 25. Sort of a binary thing. At this point, volume is slowing down here on SLDB. If it breaks below this 450 again and then takes out a fresh low, there is probably another breakdown. I'm going to be all out, however, once I get that test of 4 even. I still have those 83s to the short side and try to take advantage of it. It feels like every time PLTR pops, it goes like 5 pennies less than I want it to be able to short those pops. I have to take breakdown trades. The short to pop was fantastic at 10 and at 980, but it's not working here at 950. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, still not seeing a headline on this rocket, but we will keep an eye on that. As you mentioned, volume starting to die down already. So see if we can hold above this kind of 2075, 2080 area, which was that last high if you go out to the daily time frame. 5.5% though, a nice move for Rocket so far today. There is about an hour left in trading over in Europe this morning. Let's go over to Valeria and see what is moving around over there.
Hey Brandon, yes, British retailer Halfords is up more than 25% after raising its first half profit outlook. Back to you.
Great stuff. Yeah, we'll update Europe once again, guys, at 11 o'clock.
All right, so just to give you guys an update, I mean, this is still going to come out here if we can get it out at 25.67. That's Rocket. And then update on Palantir. We do want to go short if it does break this low of the day. I'm not going to average into any shorts here. If it has to come back to this area before we actually put on a short other than a break. So right now, this is not like the Workhorse trade where we were averaging because we saw something up here. But right now, we'll wait on Workhorse and we'll wait on Palantir, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to have a plan of action. There you go. I thought I throw that one in there. I want to go to J-Jill just for a brief second here because its volume not fantastic, but bit of an up and down move, and the story is they're fending off bankruptcy, guys, and every single time there's a pop in this name, you can see what happens. It just climbs all the way back down to this level. That's that 50 mark. So in the event that it gets squeezed again, this is going to be all over the radar for me. I don't know how each time I keep missing the opportunity, but it doesn't get any easier than this. Huge immediate retracements every pop in Jill, and it's the same thing again today. It failed at 70, and once it started coming down, no end in sight. So I want to make sure that that's on the radar. The next time it gives us an opportunity, I'm going to take a shot at Jill. Not huge volume, but certainly worth a shot if we can get it. I mentioned not wanting to short overstock. You look at it, still going to the upside here, grinding higher. Maybe there's a little something at 82.50 like I mentioned earlier. Otherwise, I do want to stay away from this name. It looks a little bit strong. Not a little bit. It looks very, very strong towards the upside. So there might be some plays to fade into. I don't know that I want to be doing it in overstock. Brendan's got something for us. Let's go to the desk.
Twitter, guys. Mentioned some of the social media stocks showing some strength today. This is one of them. About to kind of test these day highs up here, 45.80 area, 2.5%. Just seeing a headline, though, suggesting there are some outages currently, depending on where you are. It looks like geographically, but some outages possibly for Twitter right now, guys.
That's interesting. Good to know there. Haven't had any problems myself. First time we're getting in front of that 950 level on PLTR. I just wanted to check back in on Tesla here. It's still sliding to the downside, nowhere near the support that we were anticipating, 28 to 31. I got a bottom at 434. So until it breaks a little bit further down, I won't be considering the breaks long. Now remember, any day now, we're going to be getting those deliveries numbers from Tesla, and everyone expecting them to blow it out of the water. Could be a bit of a sell the news event. Just got some 41s, so I was trying 44, 45. It feels like it never wants to come to me on this PLTR. Gonna have to jump into the waters a little bit sooner for some scalp style trades here, guys. It'll be in front of 950. It worked at 980. It worked at 970. Let's see what happens if it works at this 950 area. I haven't shorted it since back here, seems like an hour ago, but it was like 25 minutes. So active morning, obviously. If it breaks 950, I'll regroup at 970.
Wow, Square. Wow, Square. Okay, out of workhorse there, nice win, 80 cents there, so whatever, we're not gonna hit anything for that. DraftKings coming back to the upside right where we're in at 61, so should have probably bought some more here. This looks very similar to that workhorse trade where we should have protected the bottom downside right here, so that was a little bit of a missed opportunity as we were just talking about other spots, missed that one, so whatever. We don't have any LFT, which is our loss from the top. We're at our highest spot today net-wise. I hope you guys are as well. And then you can celebrate some victories with us. If there's any stocks you want us to look at, guys, put them on the chat. We'd love to see you on there. Bed Bath & Beyond, my largest stock of the day, and it would have been exponentially bigger if we had just held. But look at this, VWAP up. So there you go, easy peasy lemon. Oh, we have something for that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't know which ones my kids say. They might even say this one, mac and cheesy there. So, here's some pictures there. I did post something up. I think it was one of my largest Twitter likes as well. Right here, some pictures. Art there by my lovely daughter. So more to come on that one. Bed Bath & Beyond just keeps on going upside here. 1950 up 31%. Wow, what a runner that one was. And we should have had that. Well, we did have it. I mean, it's my biggest stock, but we should have held it. Unfortunately, we did get out of our last 10% once it breaks where we're in. Just should have given it back to VWAP. I'll replay and see where VWAP was at this time, 941. Because that's the thing. When you look back and you test your strategies, you have to use like a replay feature if you have that on your charts or rewatch the show. That's why I tweet out the positions when I take them so you can see what the setup is like at that time, right? Because this maybe is not where VWAP was. I'm wondering if it was up here and that's why we got out. But anyways, Bed Bath & Beyond to the moon. I hope you guys had that. And that was on our watch list today, and I might as well just show that right here if we can. Let me pop this out quickly for you. It's free, and it's our watch list. Palantir, look what stock number 2 is, Bed Bath & Beyond, and look at the percentage it was up, and then I said it's probably going to get squeezed higher. Welcome to a double from that point. So from 16 up to 32, yeah, that's Bed Bath & Beyond. Sign up for that. Miss Valeria, please drop that link, as I know you have been, watchlist.tradertv.live, free $99.
I'm going to go with a little more Mortal Kombat action. I know you're a Street Fighter guy, but I like to keep it over. That's Sub-Zero was mine, not Scorpion. But either way, it's almost a perfect exit here on Nikola. We anticipated maybe there'd be some resistance at 25, so took some out in front of 24.50. I do still have the last 10% of the position, looking to hold through a 25 break, but it just turned around at a lower high. However, good sign. We're holding this 23.85 to 24 area as support. I like that, and I'll show it to you. My stop is going to be right down here around break even. I'm going to give it all the way back to see if we take out 25. So much upside if it continues to squeeze. But Brendan's got some news for us. What do you got, bud?
First time I've seen this, guys. There's a SPAC today taking Hims and Hers, multi-specialty telehealth platform company public via a merger. But first time I've seen One of these SPACs moving to the downside on merger news. So 5.7% in negative territory. Huge volume behind this for OAC. But Oaktree acquisition falling on that news, guys.
PLTR falling. It's like short the pops. And there was when I was a trainee some years ago, there was one trader on the floor who, like, every single time, I don't know, he was like, I short sell a lot. He obviously would short sell, and he'd just yell out when the market was running, short the pops, short the pops, short the pops. And so it's in my head. That's what I like doing sometimes. I will take this out. That 930 you mentioned, Sean, I'm not on the right board here to be able to say, look, a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah, but I'll try to hold some through a 930 break, but you got to take the profit when it's there. You're seeing me get out every single time. Heavily on the way down. I'll start at like that 940 range and all the way down to 930. We've said from the beginning, like 10, 15 cent scalps at a time, and it's been a sustained move. I had one long in this, and that was when it tried to break 10, Sean, and since then, it's really just been a short trade. And if it breaks this, you did get down towards, should probably, that's not going to help out. 15 minutes not going to be that great, but it does exemplify what happened. Crazy wick down yesterday at 950, and then turn on a dime when it saw, when the bid showed up, 3.5 million at 9. That could be the next level if we continue this flush. 930 has to break first, but we have to go to Brennan at the big screen for Sector Watch.
It is that time, guys. Let's figure out what is steering the ship so far today. We have 0.6% move to the upside for the S&P 500. But yeah, this one's standing out right front and center. Energy stocks, very, very weak so far today, along with crude oil. We saw to the downside. So the entire group of energy stocks in negative territory. Halliburton leading the way there, 6+% move. To the downside for HAL, VLO, HES, NOV, Apache there, 3.8%. Marathon had some news as well, 3.5% to the downside. So this group is kind of offsetting some of the strength coming from elsewhere so far today, including tech stocks back in charge as far as leaders are concerned. We saw the NASDAQ moving higher right from the word go today. The entire semiconductor group is in positive territory. There are a few here that are negative from the hardware equipment makers and the software group. Everything else, though, doing quite nicely. Consumer discretionary stocks, Etsy here leading the way, 4%. We have Gap, L Brands as well, 3+%. TJ Maxx, Booking, DG, BBY as well. All stocks that have been kind of in or about the leaders the past couple of days. Back to the upside so far today. For Bed Bath & Beyond as well, also going to help some of these as far as the positive momentum to the upside. Industrial stocks are higher. A little bit of news we said on Boeing, only 2.4%, which is kind of a little bit disappointing, I would say. SNA and FLS. Healthcare stocks are weak as well. DVA and ABMD, the leaders, 2.4% each to the downside. Material stocks and some of the consumer staples. This one from the watch list, 2.4% for Conagra CAG after earnings. Overall, though, we are higher, 0.56% to the upside. Back over to Sean.
I'm going to give a shout out now, a call for help. If we can hear Daryl or Elizabeth or anybody that normally rocks with us on CCL. Normally it's Jarhead. Haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he's deployed, and I apologize if he told us that. It's been so crazy. 1475 here. I just noticed that we're bouncing off VWAP. Yesterday, 16 held on CCL. If you guys can see, oh sorry, 15. No, it was up here. 16. Yeah, there it is. So 16 held yesterday. Unfortunately for CCL holders, we're back down to 15 today. So just looking at that one, I do like a 50. I do like a short in this area right now. So let's put a short on CCL and see if that one can go. DraftKings, just another missed opportunity. Like, I sit here and don't get long in this area when you should be getting long in this area. So we're going to get long in this area. How many more times can we say area? But yeah, 60-40. I'm going to put a bid there so I don't forget about it. We should be getting more longs. I don't think proper. Down here at $60.40 on DKNG. And again, just a few fills, like out. This was a bad one, obviously, and then out. So DraftKings, definitely a good idea that we've had today. Positive, but we need to get more shares if it ever comes back down to 60.40. So we're looking at that. Palantir's bouncing around. And then the other stock that we had on watch was BBBY, but that's already off. And then Rocket still making moves. I don't think it needs news. I don't think it's probably news-based. I just think that what happened was here, it broke through 20, and then someone just got like super excited. I mean, this is a crazy move. I understand it's up 8%. It's just, I wonder if this was a little bit of a technical break through 20, and then like a market order just followed, and then the HFTs kicked it up. So I don't know. It's just funny to see this. Obviously, on a recent IPO, you can get moves like this. So not surprising to me at all. The only thing that's surprising is that I talk instead of trade and miss CCL again, but there it is. Let's put some orders upside in case it comes back, guys.
Yeah, and there's no ignoring this 930 bid. It's a double test here on PLTR. So I'm going to take some more shares out. I did get some out in front of that 30 mark, so was able to get like that 15 cent, the higher end of the scalp range that I've been taking. But here it's going to have to be like 10 pennies or so between 35 and 40. I might have to take the rest of these out because it's just... I don't want it to come back up, and I missed a short pop because I didn't take profits in front of an obvious bid at 930. Brennan, what do you got?
A little pharmaceutical company just popping here. It's rare that you see this, but intraday, this was obviously rumored aftermarket yesterday, but intraday, they're announcing a buyout, it looks like, $13.75 per share in cash, $498 million. Covis Group acquiring AMAG Pharmaceuticals. So $13.75 deal just popped up on volume scanner, obviously, guys.
That's firm, because that was all rumor this morning. If that's firmed up, I mean, that should be interesting. It's done like 3.5 million shares, could be tradable. You guys saw Fitbit, and I won't get into like a mobile, but it's the same sort of game. If it stabilizes, I'll probably be getting in and out, for like some scalps here and there, like a couple of cents at a time. There could be a bit of a range. It looks like it did pop through the price. I might try shorting in front of that price if it ever does get there. It's a cash deal. So expecting, if you think it's going higher, there better be some kind of a special dividend or a potential other purchaser coming through. Otherwise, buying above $13.75, well, I don't know, not a good move in my humble opinion. I'll be shorting in front of that price, $13.75. AMAG. PLTR, I did get some more shares out at 37, guys. So the scalp game continues. We did a video on scalping, Sean. And I think you're the scalp king over there. We have a video on it. It's a strategy not everyone that is aware of. But we try to let you know what we have in terms of our experience, what we can bring to the table, other people on the floor. One of the things you hear us talk about a lot is momentum trading. And what is a momentum stock? What is momentum trading? And you hear Sean talk about blue chips and why there's advantages to maybe buying on the dips in your investment account and treating it very differently from momentum stocks like a Zoom. So the video today on our Market Wisdom channel is all about this topic. Drop in, see if you like it. Let us know what topics you want us to cover in the future. This one, I am 100% certain, was actually a request that we got from you guys, and we turned it around in a couple of weeks. That's what we do around here, guys. So let us know what you think. Check it out. Valeria will have that link in just about an hour or so. I do want to quickly jump back over to what I think could be a bit of a mover, and I could be a little bit wrong about this, but ASAN, Asana, it's the other direct listing. Obviously, Palantir is doing crazy volume, but now breaking the lows at 26.50. Not exactly the crazy volume or the crazy volatility, but it is showing a lot of weakness. But that little break went absolutely nowhere. If it gets northbound, I'm kind of thinking if we can get back through 27, maybe there's a bit of a run here. That's just based on the fact that would be a failed break at 26.50. It's shown nothing but weakness all morning, so it would have to climb to the upside before I take a long. But it's now on my radar. If this is a failed break at the low of the day, a 27 to the upside, I'll take a shot. On Asana, I haven't made a trade in it all day long. That's because Palantir is so much better. Liquidity through the roof, whereas ASAN is putting you to sleep.
Yeah, ASAN, we are already short. So there it is. So we take that short through the break of the day there at 26.40. So we're going to give this one up to 27. That's where VWAP is. Like I said, it's not a heavy position. We weren't going to trade anything super heavy today on Palantir or Asana because I told you it's roughly about 3 days or so. And I can show you as an example here on Snowflake quickly before we throw to Brendan for Money Talks. But here's Snowflake. If we go back, let's just call up the first 3 days here just to show it to you. You see what I'm talking about? This is the first day. Obviously, it's going crazy. The second day, it has a 250 to 215, so a $40 range. The third day, it has a 250 to 220 range, so 30. And then the third and fourth day, it starts to settle down, and then you can see where the breaks are going to happen, breaks up through 240, and then that's when you retest some highs. So that's why Snowflake right now has that 240 peg to it right now. We're going to see about shorting actually Snowflake. Wow, I'm actually really glad that I saw this right here. Snowflake down through 238 is a decent short. I'm going to do some more research on that one and then come back maybe with an idea here on Snowflake. But the main idea right now is to throw it to Brendan. He's going to tell us what's going on with the greenback with Money Talks.
Yeah, back to the downside so far today for the U.S. dollar. Let's have a look at some currencies here so far. A lot of them higher on the day. Because of that, obviously, I put the Canadian dollar up there over on the chart. You can see we had that big move to the upside off of the lows coming back to mid last month on some U.S. dollar weakness, but consolidating here around 75 once again. For the Canadian dollar, it is higher on the day, 0.15%, back above 75 cents. It's been below for most of the week. The euro also higher, 0.2%, back towards 117.5. British pound, the only one kind of lagging here today on some lagging Brexit concerns, still trying to iron out some of those immigration deals, shipping, things like that, import and export for the British pound. So 0.3% to the downside. Japanese yen is higher, Swiss franc lower. If we come down to Australia and New Zealand, both in positive territory. Nice day, 0.4%, 0.3%. Look at cryptos. Yeah, nice moves back higher again, 10,800, 365 for Ethereum. But once again, it's Ethereum, guys, leading the way. Back over to you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. It's going to be the same story here on Palantir. And again, I'm just working all the way out of this position. Obviously, it could have had everything at 930. There was so much liquidity down there. Probably got a little bit greedy, but it's going to happen to you. We'll line it up and knock it out anyways, guys. It's been all shorts all the way down. And it's going to be a 930 break for me. So the longer that this level holds, the more I'm going to like taking a shot here, breaking through that 930. If it pops up to 50s, yeah, I'll try it again. Shorting every single pop until it doesn't work. That's the way I'm going to play it. And then now taking a breakdown, which I haven't done. I've been staying away from the breakdown trades through key levels. I've only been shorting in front of a level that shows off a little bit of resistance. 930 will be the first time I'm actually going to take a breakdown. So I'll get that order locked and loaded to go. But you can see the volume crossing the 65 million mark and some obvious levels that are being formed at pretty obvious prices, like every 10 to 20 cents or so. It feels like there's something we can take advantage of on Palantir. And it's just one of those stocks it'll be hard to get away from as a day trader. So we'll stay involved. I do want to jump back over to Peloton. This was a fantastic breakout opportunity a couple of sessions ago through a 101 that just didn't go. And sometimes you got to stick with it because it's that second or third test that's the good one. That turns out to be the case here, guys. I did have it a couple of days ago when it broke 101. And this is what happened a couple of days back down. It then makes the ramp up, and I'm not here. So for those of you that entered into a swing trade, I think Massey, one of our viewers, was talking about it. Shout out to you because it looks like it's headed towards that 105 mark. So great trading there. I'm not going to touch this one to the short side until it shows me 105 and then gives you a failure through that price. At that point, I'll take a shot, maybe a Peloton retracement. But the long was so good off 101.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, just looking here, we're averaging in to Insana and DraftKings right here. So nice little position here. We just took another long off the bottom. We'll see if it works. We're now long at 60.40. We said we'd do this, and that's what we wanted to do. So now we're getting into the long side on here. Also, Asana, we've averaged into this position as well. So we're still going to use 27 as the top. Let's just see if it fades back through a little bit more on this one. So Asana coming back to the downside right now. We do have another position on. We averaged that in at 65. So our average price right now, 26.47. Look, you can see all of our trades at the bottom there, and we'll try to do the best we can to explain to you where our wins are coming from and when we do have real shares on board. And right here, this was a good trade off the open. Our Palantir, this stock was choppy in the beginning. Then we put on our biggest position and told you about that one. And then I told you we were waiting down here for 930. So there it goes right to the downside. That's Palantir. I know Neil's working out of his position here. It's still got to break that. I don't know. Maybe the price discovery is in, and this could be somewhere near a bottom. I am looking to pick up some Palantir, obviously, in my own account at some point, but I still wonder if it's a little bit more downside. So here goes DraftKings back to the upside a little bit. We're back into the money on this trade, so we're still going to try to give it back up to 65. Sorry. 60, 75 upside there. So see if there's a little bit of a move coming on DraftKings. We are going to get out of all of these shares if it does break the bottom. But look at the NQ, man. We're falling like a rock right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned DraftKings. I'm going to go back to Penn because it talked about this one maybe being the weaker of the two. Well, it just rolled over past like 73, heading towards its low of the day. It's going to be hard to resist that break. If it gives me a consolidation, I might fade into this, meaning I'm not going to wait for the low of the day to jump into some Penn. If the market can't hold this, I mean, you get the NASDAQ 11.5 here and the ES approaching the low of the day. If I can short Penn away from that, maybe use 73 even where there was some chop as a bit of an out, I'm going to go ahead and take that shot on Penn. It just turned negative 20 or 30 cents ago. I just need some sideways action to get in because I obviously missed that break right here at 72.80. Which was also right around that close price. That should have been an obvious entry point. But given the fact that I like the weakness here, PLTR is approaching that 930. The only shorts I will have are 930 break, 950, a bounce in front of 950. But now here comes a bit of a buy in Penn. So going to look to see if I can't pick some shares up to the short side off of that 73. As far as Rocket goes, I did want to pick some up on any kind of a dip. It just never really happened. I mean, first it was like 2050, then you had this level here just southbound of 21, and it just turned around in front of that as well. So very, very strong here in Rocket, not even giving you any kind of a significant pullback to some levels that I would have liked. So we're just going to have to hang on and wait for that one. Do have the long in Nikola still. As I mentioned, there was that 25 level that we're looking to get a test of. Look, we're holding the high end of the range here, so I'll let it bust this, and I'll let it come right back down to break even, just the last little 20% of the position. If it does make a break of 25, I want to hang on through that break, maybe even worth an ad just for like a quick little scalp, 25 to like 25.50, something along those lines just to play the momentum. But the fact that the market's coming in and Nikola is holding, if it breaks up, the squeeze is still on, guys, and 25 is the level I want to hold through. Other than that, AMAG, I'm building a short in front of 13.75, that deal price. So when people sell the news, I can take advantage of it.
Okay, so I guess I must have had a trigger there or something. So we did not get out of DraftKings. We got out of small, and then I just bought it right back because we are getting out at this very bottom. So not sure where that triggered. And again, we just have so many orders out all the time. So it triggered out, and then we got back in there on DKNG. So we're still trying to hold this bottom. We've talked about averaging in. Neil just did a job there on Penn. So we'll wait for that. Here comes Palantir. Again, we'll put on a decent position. If it does break down through 30, we'll take that shares on, and we'll put the risk on Palantir right now. 939 would be the stop. I guess 940. We could give it all the way back to 950. It's just a matter of let's see the action on this one. If it spikes down and then rips right back up, then we won't get out. But if we have to go to sleep on this one, then maybe 940 might be the spot. Looking downside on Palantir here, if we go yesterday afternoon, obviously that's where it started to make the moves. And the very bottom was 910. We talked about that. So it literally bounces off the exact penny there, 910, 911 or so, I guess, depending on that last wick. So we could retest the bottoms, which we sort of thought would happen today. Here goes DraftKings making moves back to the upside. It needs to get into the 60s before we're taking anything off. So let's hope that DraftKings can make moves back upside with Valeria. Looks like it's a little bit of a European recap at the big board. Take it, V.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is mixed today. Russia is down 0.61%. Italy is up 0.37%. France is up 0.59%. And Germany is down 0.17%. Deutsche Telekom is a positive mover today after Goldman Sachs added the company to its conviction list. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you very much. Still watching Palantir. That 930 still going to be in play. I want to quickly jump back to another name from the watch list. Of course, Sean's been talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. It's still moving higher, but it has not gotten to this level that we talked about in the pre-market here. It's not really a hard double top because it was really only one wick back up if you go back into April. But that 21 area, 2150 or so, that's where I would look for the turnaround, guys. You always find something where you might see the squeeze stop, anticipate it. So that way when it comes in, you have a plan of action. So I'm looking for it to fail up here. That's why I haven't really touched it. It hasn't broken 20 yet. And even if it does, I'm waiting $1 higher. And, this buy, it's all the size that we saw chewed through yesterday on PLTR that just was insignificant. It had no trouble bursting through those downsides at 10, at 10.50. This little tiny level that could at 9.30 on not even a lot of shares is holding like an absolute champ. When it breaks, I'll be short. I think Sean's going to be, like he said, as well. Until that happens, I don't have a trade till 9.50. It feels like maybe you could trick into a bit of a long here off that level and then scalp it that way. I'm staying short until the short doesn't work on PLTR. And then a long maybe through like a 9.50 break to the upside, guys. I'm still digging into AMAG. I've pegged that price at 13.75 and I'm shorting all the way up into it.
Okay, yeah, we are right now, trying to get some out here at 46. There it is. So now you can see the long, our price 29. Boom, let's go, DraftKings, let's go. There we go, let's hit the siren, let's get this going. We talked about buying, and defending this bottom. Like I said, in and out there by accident, we get right back in. Let's go, man, we're waiting in the 70s, like I said. We had to take something off there, so we do. So right there, we'll go upside now. Hopefully we get back into the 70s there. And then next stop, I mean, I would love VWAP. That would put us over the moon with the cash register little action there. But we're gonna wait, okay, 60s, come up, let's go. I'm offering 73 here on DraftKings. Can we get this one upside? That'd be pretty nice. We're long at 30, so a nice little 30-cent win right now for DKNG, man. Yes, sir, that's an air horn for you guys. You have watched us trade this thing through. We did have to hold the bottom, and here we go to the top side. So yes, let's go DraftKings. Just keep it going to the upside right there. Yeah, whatever. Thank you for the comments. Also, I just responded to someone on Twitter as well. Thank you for that. 60, 67. Oh man, it went to 67. We're waiting at 73. Let's just adjust that. Let's go right here in the 60s again. Make sure we take some profits on this 30-cent winner. Let's go on a green market day here, guys.
Yeah, and the market slides in. Watch for some stocks that are holding their little pullbacks here, and one of them is going to be Virgin Galactic, right back to this 20 level. It got a nice little dollar move to the upside. I just got triggered on a 30 break in PLTR,
yep.
But I still see it right at that 30 price, so I don't want to give it too far. I'll give it like 4 or 5 cents. Might be a failed break. I want to finish the thought on Virgin though. Holding above that 20. If it does make another push to the upside, I still think there's a further breakout here. If it gets to that 21 mark, I definitely want to be selling off in front of it. But if Virgin breaks this current 2040 high or 2050 or so, I think the move to 21 could be on, guys. So I'll take that. It's relatively strong today. Let's see if it can't keep it up through a 20. It's 2037, but I'll probably round up to 2040 on the break.
All right, and we're trying to get bid out some 26s here. There it is, a nice little out there on Palantir, 26. We're going to wait for some 25s. We are short again, and I told you that this would be a position that we'd put on. So here we go, Palantir to the downside. Let's see what happens. The only thing we need now is Ansana to come down. We're short at 26.55 right now. A couple nice pickups, man. We could get this out right now if we wanted to, but let's hope for a little bit of a crack to the downside. Give it to us, Brendan.
A little bit of activity in Sonos today, guys. SONO up 4%. So you can see these volume spikes, big, huge volume spikes coming in every once in a while. They just announced they've rearranged their board of directors, added a few more, or a few new board members today. So 4.4% for Sonos on that news, guys.
Yeah, Sonos definitely a name worth adding to your list if you want to. I just want to recap a couple of movers here, guys. Rocket, one of them, headed back northbound. So pull off that 21. It's headed back to the top. I mean, it seems crazy to me that it's going to take, or has a shot to take out this high of the day at 21.80. But you can't ignore price action, and we're not going to stay away from it for too long. I just want to quickly put up a higher time frame so you guys can see what you are working with. If you go back, the last time we were at this price, it broke through like 21.75, and then you had 3 reversals at 22. So this is the level that I'm going to be eyeballing, guys. I think if you take a long break, it's a scalp into that 22 area. I'm anticipating a pullback. It did stop shy of that on that spike up. I guess there isn't any news, but either way, if it gets to that 22 again, I think that's where you might want to fade it. PLTR takes them out here, and I just did at 25 because a bit of a bid did show up. So PLTR every 5 pennies or so I'll reassess, but going to hang on to this short as it looks like it does want to test yesterday's bottom. I think it got to like 910 or 910 to 915, I think was around that low. I'll definitely have it all out if it tests that level, and then see what happens at 9 even. I expect a bid down there.
Yep, and we take some DraftKings upside. It resisted itself at 60 there, so we do have another bid at 60, but now it's coming back in. You got to watch out for the S&P. DraftKings is just so heated, man. I would love for this thing to continue to run, obviously to the upside, but right now 62.50. You got to watch out, man. That high would be great if we ever got to that. But look at the daily. I mean, we've just gone up. This is from September 9th. Obviously it's October 1st now, so let's go back to September 1st. Down here, $35, right? So it's almost a double. You're up like 80-something% up to 62 from 35 bottom. So watch out, man. It's pretty heated upside. We're going to watch it. Did I just get filled? Boom, a nice little fill there. We'll hit the slap shots on DraftKings. You can see what happened. Average in. We were still holding a little bit of this as well, but now we take it to the upside. We're still waiting for up here, man. 60.90 or so on DKNG. Neil and I both had identical thoughts with Palantir. You can see that 9.25 bounced a couple times. Out. But we only got out of, let's call it 30% of that position. I do like this one to the upside. We are going to get out more if it does break above 40, but that one hopefully will not come to fruition. Okay, DraftKings, let's go. And then the other position we have on is Asana. We're not going to spend time in Asana. We're trading Asana right now. 26.55. I'm still giving this one to 27. This could be a loser. There's no doubt about that one. But we did put it back into the money there. But down to 55 is our average price. So it came close to breaking and then didn't. Looks like we're going to have to wait on our friend Asana, Brendan.
A little energy infrastructure company, guys, just popping up here on a volume spike through 22. This is NYSE. They're a little mid-cap energy services company, 22, a decent level there. Volume coming in above that. No real significant news on this. Kind of stuck in a range as far as the daily chart, but higher relative volume on this one today, guys.
I won't pretend to like Nikola that much, but I do like the long that we got going on here, and I like the fact that it broke 25 even, so I'm going to slide my stop from break even to 24. That'll lock in at least 50 to 60 cents, and if you counted how many times I said the word like, it's to put that in your head, guys, because we saw 1,000. Thank you so much for all the support. We've seen the super chats. We absolutely love it, but it's not just about making us happy. Got to make Miss V happy, and we're trying to hold a green day. She's got the green shirt on. Let's get us to 2,000 so we can keep the thumbs up going. But how are we? What's the pace? We're getting close to the end of the show. I'd like to see 2K.
Well, Neil, we are at 1,200 of likes and just 1 hour left for us to reach our daily goal, 2,000 of likes. So if, guys, you didn't like this video yet, smash the like button right now.
Smash it. Don't break it. Be aggressive. Do whatever you want with it. Do what you want with your Nikola here, guys. But I did mention if it broke 25. For those of you that are just tuning in or maybe missed it when Sean and I were going over this trade, this was that little chop level here, 25 up to like 25.70 on the way down. It was like a cataclysmic day, the 23rd. I like that word. I'm going to try using that again. If it breaks and sustains this move, I'm talking 27 to 29, somewhere in that range. Literally wherever it happens to roll over in that price range is where I will get out. I'm not picking where it's going to be. My stop's at 24. If it breaks the next dollar, I might trail that up to that 25 area. So there you go. Nikola continues to run. It is now $2 in the money on Nikola, and we just hit 1,500. So there you go. Thank you very much, guys, for the support.
Yeah, good little bump there. Thank you so much, guys, for the continued love on the show. Waiting for Palantir to do something. We'll wait on that one. DraftKings right now, still making moves to the upside. Let's check back on our Facebook. We've talked about that a couple times. Let me know in the chat. I keep looking here on the chat to see if there's any members here asking about any stocks. We'll wait on that. Facebook, though. Look, we should have shorted it through VWAP there. Obviously, the NASDAQ looks like it wants to come back down a little bit. So I do like this bottom. We've talked about that a couple times here on FB. So watch out if that comes through. It may be coming through sooner rather than later. 265.60. You know what? Let's just take a small trade right now on Facebook. Did I not just get short there? I guess I did not. Okay, thought we got short there at 36. Hopefully it comes up and fills us again. And then there it is. Okay, so we're short now. And that's the thing about being honest, man. Like, there's the trade. We just talked about the price. I just get the fill. It rips against me. That's what it is. And here we go. What is going to be my out? 26.85. So as we look right upside, we'll average into this trade and get out 26.85. Facebook, super strong stock, man. We don't really want to be messing with that in case the market does go. But, bang. a nice little win there. Cash register here. Look at that, 30 cents in the money right away here on FB. So we just took that trade right in your face. So anybody talking about not being honest, there it is. 36 cents right there, right for you. I just took that right with us here on the show. Let go.
Yeah, I'm going to let go of PLTR. It looks like it's a bit of a failed break, so this is why you do take some out on the scalp at that 25. It was an obvious level, the quarter level. I do get back in front of that 40, but I don't want to give it too much room because 50 was kind of the level I liked a little bit better. So, and then from there, if it breaks 50, I think I like that 70. And then, look, if it gets to $10, you know what we're going to do up at that price. But it could be a bit of a break to the upside. I talked about only going long if it broke 950. So I'm out of the short for now. I don't think we're done by any stretch. But Brendan's got a little news for us. What do you got, bud?
Another one from the oil and gas mining group, guys. This ADES, I mentioned this right out of the bat this morning, broke 6 on huge monster volume. Look at this, right back down. We're testing these kind of pre-market opening lows on this ADES. This thing had a huge move, so long way to go back to 4 where it was yesterday, guys.
So out of half of our Facebook there, we talked about that as a winner. So really happy with that Facebook win right down there. That's 1 minute. That's 35 cents on the win there. So, oh no, sorry, what did we get out? 26, yeah, 91, yeah, 36 cents. Okay, and then we average in again. So again, we're just following our rules. We take the average in on the short there. Nice out. Now we're right back in the same shares. We'll see if we can't get them back out, down again, down here. We'll see about that. But we still have 26.80 as a spot, just in case the market goes, man. We're watching the NASDAQ here. Just in case it takes out upside, we got to get out of this trade if it goes past our 26.80. I mean, we could give it up to 266, which is this wick. You know, we might as well. Let's give it up to 266. Facebook's pretty volatile, man. We'll average in. We'll give Facebook up to 266. And now we're in on this trade. So we're in on Facebook. We're in on Palantir. We're short again here at 37. So let's wait to see if that comes through. And Asana making money right now to the downside. Let's just see. We do have some bids backside right now. This is 3 cents in the money. Woo-ha, 3 cents in the money. But the point is we are now finally back to this 26.50 level. So that's the breaking spot that we liked originally. Now let's see if it can fade even further down and making some money back on Palantir, guys. 6 cents in the money again.
Speaking of fading down, looks like Peloton maybe for the first time ever trying to fade down, but if it doesn't break 104, then it ain't a fade. It tried to test that 105. I said if that reared its I shouldn't say ugly head, pretty head, I would take a shot maybe at this one. It was a great break at 101. Had it once this week and didn't, well, it worked, but just not big enough. This second test, if it fails shy, I like it through 104 and try and retrace it down into VWAP. Nothing too crazy about that, guys. Just a bit of a retracement play. The market's head southbound. Let's see if Peloton holds 105. If it breaks it, that's another long break for you, maybe in the afternoon as well. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one trying to break down here. DKNG, DraftKings, that's the name of the company. There was support here around 60.25. Just broke that, but look at that. We're right back above. So watch $60 here. Positive news today, but it's been kind of grinding along this level for quite some time. 59 was where this thing ended yesterday, guys.
Brainard, tell me about DraftKings. Yeah, we're going to try to trade some DraftKings as well. What? Oh, I'm bidding here 27s. We didn't get hit. Oh my God, we're bidding here some 27s on our Facebook. We will go back over to DraftKings in a second. We did take some out, noticing that it was getting weaker. So great call on that one, Brendan. I honestly, we were just bidding at 27 there, and it literally stopped at 27. So crazy. Palantir though, good outs, man. Out at 27 there on a break. So we reinvestigate the short, take it to the downside there on Palantir. So we're going to give this one to 50. We did talk about that. Taking some out. Let's hold the rest for a crazy crash, hopefully downside. Here comes Ensana, by the way. This is a 14-cent win. And again, it's not that it's a good win, or not that it's a big win, but we still got to hit the fireworks a little bit for it because we did talk about this. It does come to the downside. There we go. We take out the 21 penny winner now on Asana. So we do take that out, you know, making money on this IPO, recent IPO. And there goes Palantir back to the downside. So we still have this short on. Let's see if we can't cash in downside, man. I still have that 910 in my mind. So we're bidding some at 921 on a 25 break. And then I think we revisit the teens. So let's see if we can hold on to some of our shares until that does happen. Oh yeah, and by the way, Brendan, DraftKings, kaboom to the upside there. We did take some out on that 30 break. You are 100% right. We did wait for this 58.90 bottom, but here it comes. Look at this. Big time mover right here on DraftKings, guys.
Yeah, I see the Roki one. If you bring something up, and this is why we love the community, I'm going to add it to my quote board there. Constellation Brands apparently making a bit of a move here. It's not a tremendous amount of volume, but he said a funky dip. I don't know how funky you want to call it. It's not. It's only 600,000 shares of volume, so it's not going crazy. But maybe putting in a higher low at 184 certainly looks interesting. If the market gets a bit of a rally, not a bad place to put a bit of risk in there, guys. So I might like this one. I don't love the lack of volume. It's 600,000 shares. We're almost halfway through the day, the trading session. So I'd probably stay away from it, but it's not a bad place if you are looking for names to the strong side, at least as I see the market trying to get back up. And it's not there yet, but it is making an effort. Speaking of trying to get back up, just got out of SLDB. Now, I've said all morning long, this one, unlike ENLV, just felt a little bit stronger when it comes to that gap up retrace play. So I only put on the one trade. I didn't try to pick a top. Only put on the one trade when it broke that 485. It was a good one. I just got out break even the last 20% of that position, unfortunately. Did not get the home run down to 4. If it breaks back above 550, not 5 for me, but 550, I'm going to go into a long. It's gearing up to 125 million shares. And it's just gearing up like it wants to squeeze another time. And all morning long, since this break, I've had that 550 locked and loaded. If it goes, I'm playing the momentum to the upside. Usually I'll be shorting these names. This one has been holding up. At some point, the shorts are going to give it up if it can't flush. For me, that's at 550. Maybe other people have a different price, but that's where I'm going long.
Boom. Big win just happened just now. Let's explode the money. Asana coming to the downside right now. Yes. Thank God for that one. That's a big cowbell winner right there for us, or for me today. Asana. Look at this, man. Took that first breakout. Played off 27, averaged in, just made a lot of sense to us. So there we go, boom, boom, boom. Now we're into a nice little 40-cent win. So cashing that out, hopefully, as it goes. Palantir comes all the way back down to 28, man. We didn't get any out. So now it's making moves back to the upside. Well, we got lots out, but we didn't get some out the second time it came back down there. So nice little move on Palantir. Still up on that one, but we're short 39 since it's at 35, so you got to watch out for that. Okay, Facebook goes up. We average in. We're using 266 as our out. It just touches down to 44. And where's my bid at 40? So, man, I'm just missing some of these scalps by like pennies here. We would have been a hell of a lot more profitable on Facebook if we got this 27 out down here, but whatever. We're still going to play. Okay, here it comes. We're still going to play it upside at 266, so looks like we'll fall down and lose on this one. All good, though. Again, not big loss, but we did average in. This is going to be my first real loser here. Did it come out yet? No, it did not. At 266.05, that's going to be our out. We give it always a little bit of room, so here it goes. I think it's 05. I can check that order out. It's actually at 06, so once that triggers, we'll be out. But Facebook, yeah, not a good one for us here. Our first real loser on, as the NASDAQ just keeps ripping upside now, so not much we can do. Shorted the wrong stock. That's okay. Palantir trying to go. Asana trying to go. And the good thing about this is DraftKings, as the market goes up, our winner is over here on DKNG, Brendan.
Another one to look at here, guys. Bit of a trending move to the upside so far for Lithium Motors LAD, a dealership, Lithium Motors LAD, 8%. They had an offering this morning down around 230, but it's done nothing but go straight up since then. A little bit thinly traded, but nice move on the day for LAD, guys.
Little bit.
Does that always make sense? Nice little offering and just parabolic moves to the upside, because that's always logical. Look, if I see something like that, you hunt for something significant here. And I don't see anything crazy other than like an even 250. Liquidity, actually pretty solid for a $250 stock, and the volume's pretty good as well. We'll take a look at it if it gets to $2.50. Otherwise, I'm not going to be too interested in that name. We are getting only 40 minutes left here before we get the end of the day, guys. So I want to sort of check back in some names that we might have mentioned earlier that definitely have been in play that I don't know that we've gotten to throughout the day. And then one of them is going to be that AMAG. I told you guys what I was going to do with this name, so I just want to update you. I said if it made any kind of a move back to that deal price of $13.75, I'm going to be fading it. That's all I've done. I'm shorting. If it breaks $13.75, I'll be out. Otherwise, I think there's a good chance. I did take one long for like a couple of seconds there and made the spread, but it's been all short since then. I do like it if it gets back down to like $13.40, $13.45. I think that's where you take most of it off. Obviously, the deal being announced, a lot of times you will see some sell-off going into that. some people that were buying on the speculation might look to dump on the news. So I think it holds that price at 75, and I want to short in front if I can. Jumping back over to another one, on the other end of the spectrum is going to be Tesla. It is grinding back towards the upside here. We talked about a top break, maybe getting you into that 450 mark. I was looking for support at 28 to 31, never got there, so there was no bottom pick entry for me. It feels like you got to pay up, I think, and this one would have been like $3 or $4 before I would have gone long, is where it does turn. It is what it is. You got to stick to your rules. Reassess. Maybe I should have been more aggressive. Why should I have not been? Why could I have been? Who knows? But I'll have to investigate that one in Tesla. There's a couple of days in a row, though, just a couple of dollars away from my entry, and then it would have worked out. I'm now looking for a top hold or break at 442, 50, I'll round it up there. 450, the obvious psychological level. Could have announcements on deliveries any day now. Could be tomorrow, could be over the weekend or on Monday. Brendan's got something for us. Let's go to the desk, guys.
A little bit of deal-making news. GSUM, Gridsome, GSUM, I guess not deal-making, but they're going private. So they agreed to a go-private deal. I believe it was $2. Let me just double check. Yeah, $2 in cash here, which is up here. So we're trading below it, but 37%. Anyone that's kind of seen this GSUM hasn't really done much on the day, but all kinds of volume, 12.5 million. The go private deal is up here at $2 per share, guys.
Okay, we're getting getting out here of Facebook, but look what we've done while you've gone. I talked about this was be a decent size hit. It's not going to be that anymore. We were able to get a little bit out there. If we got out at the ultimate high, it would have been, my largest hit of the day, but I guess it still will be, but it doesn't really matter. We did take some risk off there as the NASDAQ is now breaking new highs. So, not new highs, but breaking this 11,515 here that we kept looking at, and that's sort of what we faded it into. So we'll wait to see here if it does come back downside, but we still are on that. So that's the thing. Like, we have the same shares on Facebook that we do on Asana. They're both, one is 30 cents in the money, one is 40 cents out of the money. So sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt and make sure that you trade. And this is going to get out, man. I don't know. I can't believe my stop is at 266.06 there, and it just keeps bouncing off 05. So a good spot there. Asana is still making lows. Yes. Can it take out the very bottom now? My bids right here at 11. So we're in the teens right now. I still think we could take that out, but I'm just noticing that this was been the double, triple bottom, quadruple bottom now as we go 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Will it break? Nobody knows, but here it's going to try. 26.30 on Asana. So good little out there. And there it goes. So we break out on Facebook, and we finally put that one into the gates of hell. But I'm going to fall down if I can find it. Man, I have so many things on this board. But Facebook does come out there, and we took a baby long because we averaged out right here. So this position now is long on Facebook. And I don't mind it because it is a little bit of a breakout, but I'm only going to give it backside, man, like 25.91. I mean, this long is not something that's going to be huge, but there goes Asana trying to still break 30. I thought it did there for a second and did not. So I wonder if we should take our lesson here and get out if it does not break. Let's get out if it breaks 31.
Yeah, speaking of stocks breaking, we all saw Rocket break out. We were covering it live. No real catalyst or news that we've seen, but it's starting to grind back towards this 21 area where it had this like secondary or maybe even like a third push, depending on how you want to view it. If it comes back below this 2110, I'm going to take a shot at shorting it. As long as there's nothing steps up in terms of news or a catalyst, I'm going to say that the lack of another push to the upside and then flushing through this level is enough to take a quick little short on a day trade, of course, and then take it down into this like 2080 level. If it does hold that, I take a bunch out. If it breaks it, then we'll try to hold on to a little bit there. Brittany's saying there was news, so I'll have a look at that. If I missed it, then that's thank you so much there, because I was checking, I couldn't find anything on Rocket. If there was, we'll definitely double check there, but that's the reason why I would go into it. Finally getting a bounce to the upside on PLTR. We're not there yet. We are getting towards 950. I had one long very, very briefly when it broke $10. It's been all short since, but it looks like it's coming up to that 950. If it breaks it, that'll be the first time I'm going long since the open. I just think at some point it might catch a little bit of a bid and head to the upside and start scalping it up instead of only short. So you can see how heavily both of us have been shorting this one first first off 10, then off 980, then off 950, and then again off 940. That one didn't, Mixed results on the last one. Won some, lost some. But here comes 950 and a possible long trade, guys. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, it's going to be Realtor.com. So that site that everyone uses to look up if you're looking for a new house or houses for sale. So Rocket teaming up with Realtor.com to offer some products through that site, guys.
I can't believe this will hit the chicken dinner winner for anybody still long this Bed Bath & Beyond. And again, this was my initial position. Don't have it anymore, but just wanted to update you guys that we talked about it. It was on our watch list. It's a big time trade. So yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, let us know if you still have that. Unfortunately, you know, being scalper like I am, we get out there. We got to hold on to a little bit more. The last 10% gets out there where I believe probably VWAP was at that time. And then it just makes the move to the upside. So celebrating that we did have it, but the real chicken dinner winner is up for this, man. DraftKings blows up to the upside here. These are all of our ins. This was a mistake, so all of our outs higher than these ins, right? So DraftKings going to put that one on the board, and yes, hit a home run. The Blue Jays, you know, out. I guess that's no surprise there. They're a young team. They'll be back next year, and then we'll just see if they can pull it through. Probably one more arm, but our number one pick still to come. Obviously, we missed him. The guy's a stud. You know, obviously, Neil knows that.
He came into the game with absolutely lights out yesterday, but I'm going to shout it out right here because the guy I want in Toronto is Trevor Bauer. So at Bauer Outage, you're probably never going to see this, but Toronto's a nice city, and you're a heck of a pitcher. I was at the game. I didn't boo you when you opened up your hand. Of course, you had that cut, and you played through it with that drone action. It is what it is. Toronto fans have been known to boo injured stars. I know you know about that, Sean, with Kevin Durant. I wasn't a part of it. Bauer Outage, please come to Toronto. We could use you. I could use Nicola to go another dollar higher because I talked about 27. We just broke 25.50. I am now going to move my trail again. And key thing, I changed the way I use my stops up here. So these little wicks, they're no longer getting me out. Some dark pool print, it did not go to 22.50 twice. I moved my stop from 24 into about 24.75. That locks in about $1.50 worth of profit depending on slippage. And I'm still looking for $3 to $4 of a winner to the upside. Looks like it could happen. Pure squeeze here going on in Nicola, guys.
So, Hassan, we're out of that one. That's a good one here. And then now, well, we're not out of it. We did get some out there on that 31 break. So, 40-cent win on this one. We did reverse the long on Facebook. We talked about that once it did break through. And it was just kind of a small one. So, we'll make back a little bit of what we lost, but it's really nice. We're going to wait to 75 now to get out. We did talk about NASDAQ breaking upside. So, yeah, things are going to the moon. Come on, Facebook, man. This is going to be a 54-cent win. We did take a small cuts, but we did take them. We talked about that. Long out here. Now we go long. We're going to wait for some 75s to make back pretty much everything that we lost. So, good look on that one. We'll wait to see if it does continue moves. Our out's going to be 26.75, reversing to the long on that name. DraftKings, I still have the sell here. Upside, maybe we'll just get out right now. This is a 65-cent winner, putting us profitable on the name for the day. So DraftKings, a big win, and we did get a big super chat for that as well. So thank you to everybody for continuing to support the show. We're not at our highest spot because we did take that loss there on Facebook, but we're pretty damn close, guys. It's been a fantastic day here today. Let's go back to Bren.
Genworth Financial, guys, there was a little bit of a news story in the pre-market there, that deal with Oceanwide. So merger agreement in place with Oceanwide. They've extended the deadline until November 30th to, that was from the prior September 30th. So it was supposed to close yesterday. So it was another one of those. But GNW down big time this morning. It's just been kind of marching back higher here on decent volume. We're saying about 5 million, guys.
Let's go, Nicola. 250, it just approached 26 even, so the ride continues on this. Hydrogen, whatever, same space, guys. $26 is going to get broken here, looks like any second now. Not a lot of resistance there, maybe like 40, 50,000 shares. If it breaks 26, every time it takes an even level, or every 50 pennies or so, I'm just adjusting my stop that I'm trailing it with, so I'm going to continue to do that. Once it goes through, I'll let you know. I am still going to actually take that break on PLTR. It gets to 950, actually 947, and it starts to roll over once again. So it can't sustain moves to the upside, but it's worth noting that 930 fail breakdown, it's held. So 930, good level on PLTR. 950 looking like it's trying to hold. I'm still going long for the first time since the open when 950 does break, guys.
Yeah, we hit the siren, we'll hit the air horn, we'll hit the cowbell,
way.
everything. Thank God, Facebook, we reversed to the long. We talked about reversing to the long there, and then bang, out there at VWAP just in case, and then out the last little bit there for 75 cents or so on that win. We got out at 75, we're long at 06, so 69er on the win there. So nice little move back up to the upside there, so a good win there for Facebook, making back what we lost, so that's good. Palantir, we did take some more shares there. Upside, and now it comes crash. Look at that. We just got 46s, man, and it goes all the way down to 40. So, yes, sir, Palantir coming back to the downside. We'll see what it does again here, maybe mid-30s. Let's get a little bit out on that one, but we're just cashing that in. We just took some more shares at 46, giving us that win.
Well, Nikola just went, look, it's starting to get, not parabolic, because it's still pretty structured, guys, but there goes 26, like I mentioned. It turns around here, 26.45. It's starting to get a little hard, at least, to start to not aggressively trail this one to the backside. Another way you can do it, I've sort of been waiting for it to break some key levels and then picking out some support levels that if they get broken, I'll get out, instead of just saying like a percentage or like a hard number, like a 50-cent trail or a dollar trail. I tend to go with those key levels. 26.50 just got tested and broke by a couple of cents. It could turn around here all morning long. We've sort of been eyeballing some of these levels from the disastrous day when it fell from like 28 all the way to 21. The bottom of this little range before it absolutely flushed was like 26.50 or so, and then you go to the top, which is like 29 bucks. So it's a wide range. We're about to enter it. Once it goes through, wherever it fails, I'm getting out of the last of these shares. What a great run here on Nikola. Usually short this thing, but it had to show me weakness. If it wasn't willing to trade below that 21.50 and show an offer down there, I was only going to play the squeeze, and that's what ended up happening. So thankfully, we got the long trade. Still holding it here, and I'm still holding that AMAG. I'm shorting it all day in front of that 13.75, guys.
Okay, we just an alert there. We did get out of our DraftKings, and the reason why is very, very simple. A, it's a 70-cent winner, so siren on that one. And then B, you know, the market makes this move. I mean, this is a great move here in the NASDAQ. 11.470 to 11.570. So that's a beautiful move up, 100 handles up. And then DraftKings makes that move, and we just didn't catch the top. So that's fine. That's what we're playing off of. And then it comes back down. And then I just say, you know what? If the market falls, I don't want it to break right here, 70. So if that would have happened, we definitely would have got triggered out. So I consider it's not perfect because we didn't get out on the best spot, but pretty damn close to a perfect reasoning for me anyways. Out there at 80, we average into DraftKings. We put that back on the board, and another positive stock for us is DraftKings. Oh man, this is the one here. We're gonna get out another part, half of what we have left if it breaks 50. I mean, I sat here and saw it bounce, like, honestly, I don't know how long. This has been since 11:18, so about 20 minutes or so, just bouncing off of 26.30. And thank God we're able to get it out twice to not let that happen, what just did happen. So we get out the last half at 51. Look, it's a 25-cent win. That's why we're taking it. I'm going to hold the rest if I can. It's only half, and it's little baby. So we do talk about, our share sizes. I'll tell you when I put shares on. I told you Bed Bath & Beyond was going to be a big one. Facebook was pretty big, but we reversed it long, which saved us a little bit. And then everyone knows what we did here on... Come on, Workhorse. Everyone knows this was a decent position here on Workhorse because we averaged in, and then banged it to the downside. Why don't we not hold that? That is Workhorse. But yeah, look, it's been a big day, man. My LFT is petite, which is very, very nice. It's almost time for more Hydration Nation, and we'll hit the fruit salad thing in a couple minutes as well, guys.
Not everyone's Canadian here, and of course, is good Canadians. We tend to know a little bit of French. I probably know the least. It's actually 100% true. I definitely know the least on this entire group here between the three of us. But petite means small. Big C, this is my horrible segue from petite, small to big C. This is another runner. I know we can't catch everything, guys. So I know I've seen people say, why aren't you talking about this stock or that stock in the chat? There's no way we can cover everything. Now, Brendan gives you as many names as possible that have breaking news. We have the watch list for you guys. But there's always going to be one or two names that go crazy and we don't see them. Big C certainly one of them today. We've already missed the move to the upside, but hey, guess what's happening, guys? Making a move where it failed to 90 bucks. Much the same way I'm looking at 27 on Nikola to cover this thing and look for a short. Yeah, I mean, this could be overextended. If it can't break 89, watch for a big C reversal. Nikola looks like it's failed on a dime at 27 even. I'm going to trail it to 26.50. I talked about that range. I'm getting out the second that breaks, guys. But Brennan, what do you have?
Nutanix, NTNX. Speaking of volume, huge volume spike here just coming in for NTNX through 23 there, 3.7% to the upside on the day. It's a cloud company, so they announced a new partnership that's going to see them have the naming rights to a new education center. So it's going to be Nutanix IT Consulting University in the U.S. So big volume spike through 23 there, guys, for NTNX.
All right, Palantir breaks back above 50 and we get out, so we can call that up, but you guys know the trade is pretty simple there.
What the heck?
Breaks through, and I don't know, for some reason we missed the 50 there.
Shut
So
up.
we get out at 60. But
Based on my chart, what I'm seeing happen, I got filled on the way back down at 50, it broke, went immediately to 63, and then I got hit on the way back in. So this time the offer evaporates. Now, if the offer evaporated on a 250 break, I'm going to give this one a little bit of room because maybe I'm getting the 10, 15 cents up here if no one wants to offer this thing. I'm not seeing a lot of size. So once again, you have a stock doing tremendous volume. It's crossing 80 million shares, and this time it's a little bit of weakness in the other way. So I'll take 10, 15 pennies on the way up. Just want to make sure. It was 980 before, where the real short party started, where the bigger winners was at 980. So I'll definitely be taking everything out in front of a 980 level. That's about 25 cents worth of upside for you on this trade if you're following along.
Yeah.
Sean, it's been all shorts, right? But that 930, and remember, when we talked about this on the watch list, I didn't have downside level. I was looking to short. I like that $10 range. Sean was mentioning 930 on the way down. Failed break through that price, and it's been a long ever since. I'm long for the first time since the open, and another win here on PLTR. I think we all knew this was going to be a wild stock today, living up to its billing.
Yeah, wild to say the least. I'm short here. It just keeps ripping up, and I just took some, got short again, took some out. We're just really just scalping this thing, man, right now. It's very, very volatile. It's very, very whippy, backside, upside, up and around and down. So you got to watch out for this with Palantir right now. It's just, I'm trying to get some more out at 55. We're short at 60 right now. So yeah, watch out, man. I don't know what levels are going to be here. It's wiping out levels. So you got to be very, very careful. We just took some out 55. These are big wins right now, considering that we averaged in upside right now, 65. Good one right there. Oh, thank you so much again here. Beth Third. Okay, thank you for your value classroom show. Appreciate what you guys do, man. Hey, look, we are here, man, for everybody every single day. So keep coming back. We love the show. We love our viewers, and we love to make some money. So as long as that keeps happening, well, it doesn't matter if we make money or not. We're going to be here. But that's the one thing about it. I do kind of think of this as a classroom. We talk about our wins, we talk about our losers, and we try to get better together as a group. Happy to be the teacher. 18 years experience. Let's just keep rolling with that, guys. Follow us on Twitter, ask us questions. We're here for everybody. And if you can't tell that I'm passionate about this, then yeah, I'll try harder.
All out in Nikola. I said I was going to trail it. Actually, while that PLTR move was happening, I did get triggered out 26.50s on Nikola, so it'll be a $3 win. Just checking the execution. Yeah, it'll be a $3 win on the last bit of those shares. Like I said, hold the last for the home run trade, and that's just generally going to be my style. It's not that there's a right way or a wrong way, but we literally shot an educational video yesterday, Sean, talking about style of trader, and for me, it's about knowing that I want to always improve, taking bigger wins, holding on a little bit longer. I always manage to manage my downside pretty well, so don't have to worry about that too much. So try to work on that. That's what I was doing all the way up. And one of our members here, Brett, was talking about Nikola, the short off that 27 when it goes parabolic. In the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to short. This is level. I want to short. But I was in a good long. It hadn't broken yet. I waited till it did. Now I can start thinking about the reversal. If it wants to be right here at 26, I got to shut up and trade sometime, Sean. Right there at 26. If you look at that flush right there in the candle as I'm mentioning it, there's a quick little 50 pennies for you. I'm going to likely wait for a retest back up here. That's a little crazy. Also on PLTR, I'm going to give it to 950 and a couple of pennies below that. If it cannot hold that level, I'm out of the longs. I still think maybe there's a shot it gets to 980, however. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Just looking at EXP World Holdings, just double checking if there's anything significant here. Don't see anything. A little bit of a run up here on volume for EXPI on the NASDAQ. Big time levels up here on the daily chart. So heads up 43, 43.50 coming into play here for EXPI, guys.
It's already 11:40. So wowzers on what? Palantir is just like going nuts. Like I just got filled down. You can't see because all these wicks and all these outs I have. Like look at that, like 48.
Okay, give me a break.
Right there just went. So
this is stopping.
yeah, no, I know you're not.
I'm
you'll have opposite positions.
I literally like you said I could look over. I'm like I was in the money 10, 15 cents, and then I'm punching out for a 4-cent loser. So once again, the bid just evaporates out of nowhere on this stock. So I thought maybe it was starting to be a long. I guess not. Obviously, it was a good out on Nikola. But I was just giving you a bit of an idea of what I was thinking in my head. And sometimes you put the trade on and then think about it later and talk about it later. Certainly, that is the turn. I hope somebody was looking at that all morning long on the way up. Sort of been talking about this and showing the higher level look that if it got to this area here, the bottom end of that range was 26.50. The top end was a lot higher at 29. But once it crossed into it on the way back out, if it failed to make fresh highs, you wanted to start thinking about covering longs and looking at a short. It was true. Covered long, didn't get short, but I'll patiently wait to see if it makes another retest of that high. And if it fails again, I'll go in again.
Okay, just emailing something to El Producer. Okay, yeah, so we just took some out, more out. Like, I was just lucky that I had a bid there. Not lucky, I mean, that's what I'm doing on Palantir. You could see the wicks here and what's happening. So we did get out on some of those lower bids. I just put a bid at 49. Now my next bid is at 43, testing to see if that wants to come downside there. And then we will revisit, hopefully, 9:30 and see if we can have it on. But right now it's a 15-cent win on Palantir, and it's just so funny that the only two stocks that I'm in right now are yesterday's direct listed stocks. So Asana right now we're short, and we talk about that in our videos. Check out our market wisdom for sure, because in our videos we talk about when to trade and when not to trade symbols. And I mean today, look, I may never trade Asana again. Well, I probably will tomorrow. The point is that off of news and off of listings like this, you sometimes got to trade what you see and the volume and the value. And right now, until we have some price discovery, we do like that one. Did I just get filled? No, I did not. I thought this went down to 43 for some reason, but it did not. So Palantir right now, looking to make some steady moves. Don't know what's going to happen. Look at Facebook. Look at the NASDAQ. Everything ripping up. Thought it was pretty cool getting out right there. It's $1 higher. So, yeah, the market's great. And because of the fact that I'm a perma bull, I'm a happy guy today. We're almost at our highest spot of the day. We did take a hit on that one Facebook and then again on the Palantir short. But if this can come back into the 30s, then we'll be a winner. So good on us today. I hope you're having a good time watching us.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll make Valeria happy. She's wearing the green. It's a green day. But we don't sell anything around here, but I'm going to give a plug because some things are worth plugging. And Brendan mentioned this once already, but we are sponsoring this event, Wall Street Rides. It does benefit the Autism Science Foundation. So look, check it out. I'm not saying go ahead and donate, but look, at the end of the day, giving back is what it's all about. You can make money trading. You can have a good life. A lot of us do. Finding ways to get back is definitely rewarding. And so I'm proud that we're doing this here. So do check it out. The website is right here, wallstreetridesfar.org. Please have a quick little look, guys. You're part of our community, and this is something we want to make sure you guys know that we are involved with, so you can have a look. But for now, let's go back to Brennan at the desk.
Just a heads up, guys, on the airlines and also on the market. There's a couple of headlines just coming out suggesting that the Democratic COVID aid bill we were talking about at the beginning of the show that was postponed, the vote on that bill that was postponed late yesterday. Now they're saying the Republicans are essentially saying the Democrats are not being serious about this bill. So it's not sounding terribly positive anyways, these few rumors. The White House has said, though, they are still backing the idea of giving aid to some of the airlines that have been in trouble. So just watching some of the airlines and the overall market, although not much of a reaction on those headlines, guys, on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying don't short the airlines, I guess, is the way to go. Look, obviously, keep your ear to the ground. Obviously, something might come of it. I went immediately to AAL just to make sure nothing was happening, and I do see it's going sideways. So it's something to file away, I think, for the afternoon. Just make sure you're aware of the fact that something could break. I mean, the market, we've seen it slide on these headlines. The algos get involved one way or the other. So a deal that does or does not happen can certainly affect it. So we have Brendan, of course, till the end. We have Brendan all day long, obviously. We have the Icon Terminal, but you have us till the end of the show. Keep your ear to the ground as well. PLTR, I just want to quickly come back to it. Only 15 minutes here, and I find myself only digging a grave in AMAG, but I said I would in front of 1375. It's a buyout. It's a little bit different. I'm not too worried about the momentum as long as it holds below that price. But PLTR, on the other hand, this one is getting a little bit hairy. I talked about that break at 950. It was a good one, but I didn't get it till the way back. So offer evaporates. It comes back and hits me. I take a bunch of shares out on the way up. I have to take the rest out. Literally, I still had half my position because I thought it would go to 980 at break even because the bid evaporated. And now it's sort of sliding back to the upside off 950. Part of me is saying just wait for the opportunity to go long in front of 930 or short in front of 980. It's getting to lunchtime. It might get whippy, but the volume's still pretty solid here. It's crossing the 80 million mark. But I don't want to overtrade it, guys. I know the two levels that I really, really like, maybe 3 if you count 10 even. So let's try to stay disciplined. I'll try to stay disciplined and not get chopped around in the middle. But it feels like it's putting in a bit of a bid and trying to grind to the upside. So that 980 and 10 could come into play this afternoon.
So here's that Wall Street rides, right? And I mean, the thing is what I'm looking at here, look at the sponsors, NYSE, everyone's here, Virtue, you guys know about Virtue, everybody, NASDAQ on here, OTC Markets, shout out to Instinet, shout out to Neo Exchange, shout out to TMX, and then there's Trader TV Live. So we're here with the big boys. So, we are giving back not only to you guys as viewers, but there it is, Wall Street rides, very important there, very important cause. We love giving back, and we hope that that's something that you guys can look at as well. Wall Street rides, Valeria's dropping the link in the chat. So thank you again to the Trader TV Live family for sponsoring that event. It means a lot to do some charitable donations, that is for sure. So we're really proud of that. Okay, Palantir, Neil just talked about it. Asana, we've talked about that as well. Let's try to find something else. Mr. Softy yesterday was paying people's rents on the show due to some trades that we made, in hells to the yeah. Microsoft back to 212 again. Loving that it's back to 212 right now, almost 213. Microsoft, man, left for dead down at 200. We picked some more up long term. We picked some more Apple up at 104 long term as well. Just a couple weeks ago. So really happy to see Microsoft going. Let's drop this down to a 3-minute chart just to give some another bigger look. I mean, we're at 1147 right now. Pro tip. If like right now it's 11:47:30, 31, 32. If your time is a little bit behind, sometimes you can log out and back in to the feed and get a little bit of a fresher view there because YouTube will queue up. So if you did want to do that, if you're noticing that you're a little far behind as the show goes on, we're still live, man. I should almost put a clock up, but I guess it's different for the region you're in and the internet and everything like that. So it doesn't really matter, but just to give you a rough idea right now, it's 11:47:56 right now. So that's what we're talking about. Microsoft looking at this VWAP straight in the face. NASDAQ, I don't think today's maybe not a day to short it. We ripped up yesterday. We're ripping up today. Dow was up 350 yesterday, closed strong. So I think today is probably an up day. If you can get Microsoft anywhere near this little bunched up area, 212. Me likey at 212, and we also likey Palantir short at 965 right now, trying to make moves back down, man. We're bidding low 40s, Mr. Wade.
Sean, speaking of short, before we go to Brendan, very quickly here, I did finally get into Nikola. It did give me a second chance, even though I missed it the first time. I did catch it here when it retook 26 even. I got 25.99. I'm going to take it out in front of 25, at least the first bit. 24 would be that next stop, but got to go to Brendan. What do you got, buddy?
Just looking at news on Boeing, guys, there was a little bit of a move down there on decent volume. It was up anyways on the day, still positive 1.8%, but a little bit of a move down there on volume. Not a huge headline, but Boeing saying they're going to move the 787 production to South Carolina starting in 2021. Doesn't specify 787 MAX or the Dreamliner or which one, but just says 787 production, so maybe all of them, going to be moved to South Carolina. So Boeing coming off a bit, guys.
Oh, Boeing. Yeah, okay, so we'll check out that Boeing trade there, looking at it a little more long-term. So Asana, we were celebrating there, and we'll just hit the air horn. And I don't know if it's going to be a winner. I don't know anything. Well, it's obviously a winner. It's 50 cents in the money, but Asana right now just did break 30s. Finally, the 30 number, but it only went down as far as 23. My bids are basically at O's. I think it's 06 or something. Actually, it's 11 as I look at my bid there to the downside. So Asana 11 to the downside, guys.
Is this all you got? 50 pennies, Nicola? Give me a break. A bit of a buyer here stepping in at 25.40. That breaks. I want that momentum to the downside to take my first leg out. If it doesn't, then I'll probably get some out on the way back up at 25.50. I just saw a bit of a refresher, like an iceberg order at that 40 level. You know what? I'm not going to mess around with it. It wants to hold that 10-cent range. I'll just take the 50, 60-cent winner. I'm not going to squibble over an extra 20 pennies. I'll hold the rest. In the event 25 does go, then I can get this one down into VWAP and that 24.50 price. It was a secondary break through that 24.50 to 60. I'd taken most of my shares out. What would have been the normal trade for me, where I'm just taking $1.25. I did hold some for the extended move as a way to train myself to hold more. Right. So one of the ways that you can work up to holding the entire thing for a bigger trade, if you're used to scalping, is just hang on to 5%, then hang on to 10% the next time. When that starts working for you, start to figure out ways to hang on to 20 to 30% while maintaining profitability and consistency. So that's one way to go. The short, I've already taken some profit off. I'll probably not reload in this unless I get a specific failure lower than 26.40 and I can get right back in at the same price on the way down. That's the only way I'm adding to this short. It's been such a strong stock here. I don't want to fight it too hard, but good shot that at 25 breaks, I'll get that $1.50.
Okay, guys. Yeah, big time move down in NASDAQ right now. So Asana, we're going to wait, hopefully get this one even more to the downside right now if it can break. So Asana, we love this one to the downside. We're just going to wait on it. Other than that, man, Palantir, still, man, like I never thought I'd say this name so many times in my life. We've been waiting forever for this IPO, and now it's coming crashing down, hopefully, to the downside right now. We'll see if this market can hold up. But Palantir, still, man, now all of a sudden, like we get so crazy here, and now it's trying to discover price, like we said. So bouncing around here, 950. Maybe we'll take a little bit more out, but Palantir looking to crack through. And then my bids are downside here in the 40s, and then even lower. There it goes. Finally breaks 49. So here we go. Let's head down to the downside here. NASDAQ cracking, and so can you, Palantir. We're bidding 43s right now.
All right, you guys almost got me there, but you didn't. I was just checking out behind me. Some of the traders got some lunch there, so I wanted to see what it was. I took a quick peek. Our production crew thought they were slick, they thought they were fast, but you can't get me looking away that easily. Also, you can't get me out of this trade on these little crazy wicks. You will see these from time to time. So if you see this on our charts, and we'll be upfront with you guys, we're going to get everything in the data feed basically at Day Trade the World. So even these block prints or off-book prints that get reported late on dark pools, they're going to show up. Sometimes, depending on how your stops work, we have multiple stop orders. Some of them can get triggered by these because it's just a print on the tape. There's ways around that, so I've changed mine. There's a price for everything. Sometimes it's a little bit of a slower fill. I don't mind that so long as when I'm trying to hold something, I'm not getting out when you get this little crazy wick to the upside. So I'm still in that short in Nicola. It's all I have on. The Grave Owl's digging in AMAG. Ho-hum, starting to turn that 75. Nothing crazy to see. Cash deal, 13.75. I'm shorting in front of it. I'll do it all day as long as it doesn't break, and I wouldn't long it till about, I'd say, like the high 40s to maybe the early 50s, and then see if it can't make a bit of a range for me. PLTR, nothing doing here, Sean. I mean, it's just holding that 950 range. I think there's going to be a trade in the afternoon that might be a little bit bigger for gross. But for now, I'm just going to wait patiently for another shot at 930 or a shot higher at 980. Everything in between, I'm going to stay away.
Yep, good luck. We are, of course, just got out some 47s. So Palantir, we're flossing off a 17-cent win right now, and now we'll wait, man. I mean, we just took some out at 47s. Now we'll wait for that little downside mover, and hopefully we can get that. That would be pretty sweet if we can do that. Just checking back over here, Bitcoin just cracked a little bit, so we take the 11 short and get out a little bit there. So that's what's happening over there. And then Palantir, let's go, man. I still think this 50 is going to hold. It should be good, but okay, that's the downside right there on Palantir downside. Now for 47s, we'll give that a little bit of room now. Back up to 75 is going to be our ultimate out. And then finally, Asana, yes, sir. We hit the air horn for that one. Now it's going back to the downside, so a nice Nice little trade there on Asana, guys.
Yes, sir. I can't believe it. It's only 5 minutes to go before we got to get out of here. I don't recall seeing any crazy astronauts dance on the screen. That means we haven't gotten to 2,000 shares. And if you don't like today's show, I don't know what you need to have happen. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. And I can tell you, we talk about community. One thing I want to say, repeat again, I want to thank Brittany, one of our members, because I was about to get into a rocket short. There was a big spike in rocket. At the time, we didn't have any news on it. Brennan did update us. I totally missed it and was ready to jump into a short on a breakdown thinking, hey, nothing has come out. I want to short this. It's got to come back in. But one of our members jumped in there and saved me some money. So thank you very much, Brittany. Time to go back to the man that gives us the news. Brennan, what's up, buddy?
SPI Energy here, guys. We had the recent high flyer, clean energy name, SPI, was the one that went just absolutely insane last week, all the way up to 46. There was an offering announced aftermarket yesterday. You can see big move down in the aftermarket, just breaking to new day lows here on volume. 20% now for SPI, guys.
I think and the funny, it's not, well, I shouldn't say the funny thing about it is, what I should say is almost every single time you'll hear at least one of us, whether it's Sean, myself, or Brendan, someone on the show is going to say, when there's these parabolic moves to the upside and it starts going up and halting and you get like a $2 stock that goes to 40, if you're playing that long break, it was great. Sean had a fantastic long, but everyone will say it, take your profit because even if it holds up a day, 2 days, inevitably it's coming back. A lot of times the companies see an opportunity to have an offering and then it's sliding. It's still holding up. And if you had like $2, sure, you're in the money, but heck of a lot better if you took profit at 20 to 30 than if you're waiting for it to come all the way back to like $5. It's still a winner for you if you got long at 2 or 3, but it's just not as good. And it's obvious it's going to come back in the next couple of days, so take advantage of it. We say when we're going long and short. We say when we think it's crazy. I thought that one was crazy when it crossed $10, let alone 30. Brennan, what do you got?
A couple minutes to go here, guys. Coming up this afternoon, remember, 1 o'clock. Make sure you come right back here and join us. We're going to sit down with a few of the members from Day Trade the World, our sponsor here, and talk about opening a trading floor, talking about some of the questions that they get frequently when it comes to how to open a trading floor, some of the challenges involved. So we're going to try and answer a few of those most commonly answered questions coming up 1 p.m. Eastern. Come right back here to check that out, won't you? All about Day Trade the World this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Valeria is back, and she has what day it is today.
Thank you, Brandon, and hey guys, thank you for another great day together. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit thumbs up if you haven't yet. We'll be back live with you shortly. Open the link at the chat I'm sending to you and tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And happy National Hair Day, everyone! And Brandon.
Had I known it was National Hair Day, maybe I would have got a fresh cut. As you can see, Mr. Katina has a fantastic fresh cut. And Brendan, and you guys all know this, Sean, you know it, Valeria, you know it. Brendan, he comes in every single day, and it's like he literally
so
just
so clean.
He is so fresh, so clean. It's like he had it styled that morning. I don't know how he does it. Obviously, you can see my grays. I haven't had a cut in a while.
He's the greatest. He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Here's the thing. Anyways, you know.
Nothing? Nothing, eh? No, nothing.
There's nothing to do about that. Brendan, congratulations on having the best hair on the crew. And it's just been fantastic. And it's hair day, right? So it's been a big day here today. Join us, like we just said. Hey, guys, what's up? Also, hi, there's Valeria in a bun. Is that top bun there? Is that what that's called? Uh-oh, what was that? Do that again. Like that. Okay, there we go. All right, so hair day, thanks for bringing that up. Good day today for everybody. I hope you're still with us, man. Palantir out, good trade on that one. Oh, we got a sauna down there. 26.11. Boom! What a way to finish the day with a catapult, man. That was a big win there on Asana. Didn't even notice it. Too busy looking at the hair there. That's a 65-cent winner there on the last bid as we look at it. So thank you, Asana. Thank you, Palantir. Negative on Palantir, but give us lots of opportunity to teach you guys. Look at this on Asana. Great trade there to end the day. Thank God for that, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I'm going to hold on to is gonna still have that short in Nikola. Like I said, a very specific thing has to happen for me to get back in at that 26.50 area. Fail lower, get back in on 26 if it goes down, and then 24.50 going to be the target out on Nikola. I will never let it go through that 50 mark, too far past that 50 mark, but I don't want to have a hard stop there given the high a day, even $1.27. So that's the last position I'll talk about, but Brendan already mentioned we'll be back at 1 o'clock doing a DTTW, Day Trade the World event. We'll talk a little bit about opening an office. That's not the only thing we have going on today. Coming up, Valeri's already dropped the link. You can see it there in the chat if you're there. We're on our Market Wisdom channel, another educational topic. We drop them every day, guys. It's going to be blue chip stocks versus momentum stocks. There's a big difference in the way that they trade, how you treat them for investments, how you treat them for day trades, swing trades, all of the like. So make sure you check that one out. It was a suggestion from you guys maybe like a week or two ago. We got right on top of it and gave that video to you. That's what we're all about. So either in the chat, either in Twitter, or either in the comment section, keep on giving us ideas for what we should cover here. That's what we look. It's easier for us because we don't have to think of the topics ourselves, but then we're giving you exactly what it is that you want. So on that note, we're still green on the day. So Valeria, your shirt is still within the theme. And for Valeria, Sean Katina, Brennan Wickens, Mr. Hare himself, I am Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.